Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
Anthony?
It's the one! It's the thing that I do!
Matt, would you say that they're in a line?
Deirdre.
Did someone grab my butt?
It looks like it belongs to giant geese. Like,
Oh, God.
which tells you a couple things.
I'm fine.
I can't breathe.
Okay, I'm going to, if I run, because that
little grave stomping reference.
I can't breathe. that costs 10 feet of movement.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tabletop Notch and tonight's presentation of Brunkhollow, where we're going to be diving into chapter 29 and hopefully on the final approach to the Goblin Raider camp, where we hope to both score a substantial reward, help the citizens of Brunkhollow, and, fingers crossed, find an alive and intact Nani Mitchell, who's been
Oh my God.
kidnapped.
Definitely.
It never occurred to me that she could be that. Yeah.
A couple people have mentioned that possibility. But before we dive into the good stuff, let's do a little run around of the usual stuff.
It's Sunday. That means it's Twitch D&D night. Thank you for being here. You're subbing, you're bidding, you're commenting, you're using Jordan's amazing new emotes
Oh, we
that she
got
never
that.
tells us about until we get here and
are-
see them.
He doesn't have to. People notice right away.
I know.
really
But if I tell you guys, then you'll be like, oh, you could say take them down. Or what? Wrong
We
thing.
say take them down. We use them. We love you and them, and it's Jordan's hard work that does them.
Especially for ones that feature my face. Jordan is on
That's when I know.
a strictly ask forgiveness, not permission approach.
So, but there's other ways to enjoy the show. There's a podcast way, and from the podcast places that you can enjoy starting on Tuesdays after our Sunday night show. There's a YouTube video that goes live on Fridays, but if you are a YouTube member, a Patreon subscriber, you can watch that on Tuesday, ad-free for a few days. And we're all over.
Doesn't that sound
So convenient. That sounds convenient.
That sounds 1440.
Thank you for subbing using Prime to sub, which is free and easy. You should do that. Thank you for joining us on all the other social media apps like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And we read 99% of all your comments. Yeah. Jordan reads 100%. She's so much better at reading than me. So like us there and follow us there, and we'll see you in between the shows.
Speaking of in between the shows, if you can't get enough of being in between the shows, you can wear your favorite don't fucking look at me. Your favorite Brunkhollow merch whenever you want. We have lots of TTN merch in general. We have cool ass mugs and
Hats and stuff.
cups and hats.
Can't reach that one.
Oh, you were so close.
Don't worry about it.
Good things. Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah.
Don't. Okay.
No, wait, that wasn't.
Something's gonna come down.
It was a challenge.
Another place to get into would obviously be discord.gg/tabletopnotch.
Hell yeah.
Where you can get everything tabletop notch. Freaking people popping off, just talk and have a good day in general. If you just want a good time to talk with people, go to general. But if you want to talk about OCs and backstories, we have that. If you want to talk Brunkhollow, we got that. Chapter specific Brunkhollow, we got that. It's everything. So join the Discord. It's fabulous.
Do it. Do it.
We have Patreon. We just dropped a top-notch tier thing today of the puzzle videos, but then we're gonna be doing the homebrew PDF in the next coming week, and also some minis are gonna be in store for the rest of the month of Patreon. But there's free stuff there too. A lot of fucking Stephen Jakowski songs. Happy birthday, Stephen! It's Stephen Jakowski's birthday.
You've enjoyed the musical stylings of the Brunkhollow Bard.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes. So happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
And I think is that it?
I think so. Yeah. You mentioned Patreon coming out within the next 10 days for this month's drop. So there was more stuff coming on there. It seems like a lot of people have enjoyed the Thieves Camp, which is great. Enjoy and add it to your games.
I have.
I think that pretty much takes care of everything. That was nice and tidy.
Hell
of
yeah.
us.
I don't know if you want any. I don't know. I feel bad. We just skipped right over you.
No, we don't want to make her have to do the silly.
I'll read from a sheet.
I'll write
I don't
copy
know.
for you next
Okay.
time.
I'm a little sick. My voice is pretty low and sexy, so
Yeah, we're getting.
enjoy the smooth styling of my voice.
Shall I thank some folk?
Please do.
All right. Okay, you guys have been off the chains. Before I start, let me just.
Wow.
Y'all have just.
We
Incredible.
Five twain?
What?
Is
Five
it a
train?
Oh, fight.
Five twain?
Wipe
It's a fight twain. I don't know. I don't know where to find that in the new mod system that Twitch has created. Jumpy, resubscribe. Jimmy Pro, resubscribe. Doofenshbird's Booty Cheeks gave out 10 community subs. Thank you so much. Yes, Hype Train confirmed. Tizul, subscribe, hello, and welcome with Prime. Thank you. Stone Highland, resubscribe. Golden Dagger, 25 stream streak. Keegs, 13292, resubscribe. Finny Can, resubscribed. Hype Train, level 3. Achieved. Was running game out 1 community sub. Words of MU, subscribed. Hype Train, level 4. Achieved. Erotica, 100 bits. Watson, resubscribe. Finny Can, 25 stream streak. Burnsy, resubscribe. G Flowers, resubscribe. Leech Cumbra, 3 stream streak. Live Wonders, subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much. Baron Semi, 5 stream streak. Mr. Richard Clock, resubscribed. Kiki Magic, resubscribed. And Beard Acknowledge, resubscribed. Thank you all so much.
Thank
You are incredible.
Thank you.
Stream
Guys.
streaks and all things.
First stream streaks.
Everyone gets a Talon salute.
Oh, a salute. Yeah, salutes in the chat. Talon
Talon
salutes in
salutes.
the chat. There we
Talon
go.
salutes sounds like. Talon.
Talon salutes? Like a special suit store? Welcome to Talon salutes.
Salute.
No, that's not what that is.
All right, everybody. I think it is time. We got a lot of ground to cover, a lot of places to be.
Literally. Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on down there,
I
but I can
can't.
already see glowing lights, and I'm gonna stall so we don't have to do whatever that is. I'm gonna throw it over to the recap, and then we'll get to the intro. And when we come back,
Oh no.
it will officially be time to dive back in to chapter 29 of Brunkhollow.
Don't hit your head.
All right, everybody. Here we go.
Here we go.
No.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Previously on chapter 28. Previously on chapter 28, there will be mud. Illien took a moment in the quiet of the morning to talk to his sister about the letter left behind by Kate. Sentiment aside, it was chock full of information pertaining to the statues and theories about the cusp, and Doxley felt it was important that they be judicious about with whom they shared these secrets. As the regular waking hours came around, Ace rejoined the party at Paramount, and after stopping by the Merc Hall for directions and advice, it was off to hunt some goblins. Unfortunately, old nemesis Mr. Sharkbait was waiting with his birds just outside of town, and he extorted the party for almost 200 gold to avoid a feathered fight. Further south, the river started to braid into several smaller streams, and while wading through the muck was all part of the plan, what they didn't expect was 2 towering mudhawks lying in wait to engulf unsuspecting prey. There was no avoiding being caked in filth, but Morna's brawn was on full display, and they reached the east bank without anyone suffocating in the sludge. Would this be the last setback before it's all goblins all the time? And if Doxley's prediction is correct, is it time to offer Ace a few morsels of this mighty mystery? Stick around and find out in chapter 29 of Brunkhollow. Let's not do this again. Gross. Welcome back, everybody. Before we dive straight in, a couple quick things to take care of. We talked about this off stream, but just so everybody's aware, and I know people sort of keep track, we did incorrectly apply some instances of uncanny dodge in the last episode. It has to be an attack that you're using against, not a saving throw, which means that there were 4 instances where TC used it where he should not have been able to. One of those balls of mud were getting flung, and there was a big splash of mud. And in addition, when TC was engulfed, the acid damage that he took from being engulfed also cannot be uncanny dodged. We did the math, and TC took 17 more damage, or should have taken 17 extra damage. It didn't go down. It didn't go down to 0, so no harm, no foul, but pretty close. But down into single digits. So TC looking a little rougher than perhaps he thought at the end of last episode.
Yeah.
The adrenaline coursing through made you seem much more vital. The second of the 2 things is one bit of inspiration to hand out. This one is a combat inspiration. It's called Mud, Sweat, and Tears, and it's to land the killing blow on both Mud Hulks without using wild magic or Chewinga magic. And that goes out to Morna for both of the killing blows there on the Mud Hulk.
Just
Well done.
run.
Don't.
Is that your?
Thank you.
Is that your one info?
I have 2 inspiration.
Oh,
Still?
It's my fancy girl now.
Wow.
Thank you.
without further ado. An adherent, full-body film of mud and a steady stream of sunlight is a loathsome combination. Caked layers cracking with every raised arm and new handfuls of dirt discovered every time you reach into a pocket or grab something from your knapsack. Your next landmark is the ravine, but what you're really hoping for is another less treacherous source of water to maybe reestablish some standard of cleanliness. Brake's Peak rises up triumphantly in the distance, slender and spiraling like a lighthouse along the shore, with enough separation from the surrounding scenery that even on a cloudier day, its faded silhouette would still function as a guide there. You're marching through a wooded area, but it's not so dense that you can't catch frequent glimpses of the mountain's apex. Some peace of mind in one regard as you mentally prepare for whatever the next few hours might bear. The avian wildlife here is especially abundant, chirps of different timbres and plumage covering all parts of the color spectrum. It's a jarring shift from the creatures you saw by the river that existed only in varying shades of brown. The ground beneath your feet is hard, a lot of mossy rocks doing their best impression of a kind of manicured lawn. And because of this, there isn't as much undergrowth to coarsely brush against your legs as you walk. A little bit of comfort there, even when the mud is sort of eating away at the sort of joints, cracking and creaking and caking. You keep your pace very brisk, and keep your eyes peeled for a good spot to maybe take a breather, sit down for a moment. And though Brake's Peak doesn't seem to get any closer, because it is very far away, your progress is marked by the fact that a few hundred feet ahead, you see the trees starting to disappear, because the terrain is starting to take a dive. This plunging fissure is your cue to take a left turn, but it also looks to be the site of a low-flow waterfall that is it's sourced from a shallow creek that's coming in from the northeast. Very shallow, and it's just kind of trickling off the end and sort of cascading down the side of the cliff there. Because of the sturdy stone forest floor, it seems to be a feature of this part of the downweald, some of these trickling streams that come through here. Not roaring rivers, but just little ones that kind of snake their way through the downweald. Broken up, rerouted into different directions rather than all coalescing into one kind of robust river. Most of the time, the water is never more than ankle deep, but that's plenty to rinse or refill a canteen. Unfortunately, there's something else up ahead. And I need everybody to give me perception checks.
Oh,
That's fine.
so soon.
13.
15.
12.
3.
9.
There's still mud in your eyes.
It's Doxley leading the way, who spots two humanoid figures. Sort of bent down by the sort of, not at the sort of edge of the ravine, but not far from it either, sort of kneeling almost kind of near where the water starts to trickle off the edge of the ravine there. One of the figures is much smaller than the other. One of them sort of human-sized, and the other significantly smaller. In addition, with that perception check, There's only motion coming from one creature. The smaller creature. The other one appears to be very still. Leaning up against a rock, sort of shifted in its seated position. The smaller figure, as you creep a little bit closer and sort of motioning to your allies just to let yourself get a slightly forward look, the smaller creature is completely naked. No clothes, no knapsack, no boots, no weapons. The person that the smaller figure is crouched over looks a little bloodied. And the smaller creature looks, it's hard to know for sure here, but looks like they might be rooting through that person's belongings, sort of checking inside of a jacket, backpack, sort of looking up and down the still seated creature.
Is the smaller creature, since they're nude, are they green?
They have sort of a faded hue. They do indeed, I'll say with a 19, it looks like a goblin. It has sort of a goblinoid appearance.
Sorry, the goblin's naked, rifling through the larger person's stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and like, are we still, you said like the trees were starting to slowly disappear, but are we still like able to find a little bit of coverage?
Yeah,
in,
this is
in
still
the
like maybe 80 feet away, like you sort of were marching and then sort of stop. Look, so you're still, there's trees in around. And the creature, even though you guys weren't like trying necessarily to sneak around, it did not sort of immediately clock your presence. It seems preoccupied with looting this body, perhaps.
Okay, and the body, am I able to tell like any other distinct features about it? You said it's humanoid, but can I tell if it's human or anything?
Certainly human, elven, something like familiar. It's hard to tell from here, but of that size and general shape.
If I wanted to report to Ace, like, what that figure was wearing, like, if it was distinctly Nelly-esque, you know what I mean? Like, Nelly wore a white, yellow vest. Nani, not Nelly.
I'm gonna say that given that the goblin is crouched over them in a way that's sort of obstructing the view a little bit, and that figure is sort of seated and slumped, it's hard to see what it's wearing, so you don't know.
Okay. I'll quietly turn around to my companions. We've got a naked goblin over a dead body.
Dead, you're sure?
Dead. Well, incapacitated to say the least. Almost like it's
immobile.
It's getting scrounged for scraps.
This could be an opportunity to get some information out of a goblin. If we can, someone can sneak up.
Or alert all of them to our presence by alerting it and it runs off.
We-
I say we take it out from here.
Or we could tail it. If we don't know exactly where we're going.
Follow
I don't
it
know.
back.
I don't know why he's naked.
But we're wanting to rest, no? If he does go.
None of the other ones we fought were naked, right? That's not like
No, they were armored, which is why I'm
Right.
suspecting if these were...
Maybe he was taking a bath.
It might be worth it to nab him, and we can just kill him after we question him.
Okay.
brutal.
Or maybe he's not involved with these other goblins and is a middle party, but I think that's a good idea.
To nab him rather than follow him to wherever he goes.
I think we need a bit of rest to regather ourselves.
Then would we prefer to maybe befriend the goblin if he's rooting around for something? Maybe we can offer him something rather than just torture and kill him. We've got a lot of good ideas on the table.
I say we either tail him or nab him right now. And beat information.
If you give me that rope and we get a little closer, I can just charge him and tackle him.
Lasso him?
No, I'll charge and tackle him. I'll grab the rope, hold him down. You guys will run up behind. I'm fast.
You don't think there's any benefit to getting information if one person comes up, hey, give us some gold. I'm just saying, it wasn't a bad idea.
Do you have any gold to offer him?
I have 8, so I wouldn't give all of them, but...
Doxley, as you glance back over, it seems like time is not a factor. The creature sort of finishes patting down the body, and he looks like he's got a little sack that he sort of feels the weight of, and he's looking around to make sure he didn't miss anything, but...
Okay,
Shall we tackle
Let's
in
just nab
the theory that he's taking a bath, do I see any like clothes or anything like piled by
Give me
the
a perception
shore?
check now that you're looking for that specifically.
16.
You see no other belongings around the water's edge or...
Tackle him, Morna.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Let's spread out a lot, because he's kind of along the edge of the
He's
ravine?
close to the edge of the ravine. He's
Okay.
not like teetering on the edge,
But
but you could
aside from
spread
going
out.
off, if
Yeah,
we
I mean, you
spread
wouldn't be
out-
able to get around the backside of him because
Right.
that would be in the ravine, basically.
But he would have to choose one way or another.
Yes, unless he was going to go
hug
down the
left,
side of the
hug
ravine.
right.
Yeah.
Do you want to go left side?
I'll hug right.
I'm gonna sneak up like 40 feet straight, and then when I'm 40 feet away from him, I'm gonna full sprint.
Everybody give me stealth checks. And as you guys were letting Morna get the sort of better vantage point, you can give it with advantage. Everybody else regular. Yeah, stealth.
Oh no!
Lord in heaven.
Tyruns have biffed it!
It's not good.
14.
12.
Wow.
3.
7.
This was, sorry, I was doing a stealth check?
With advantage, yep, stealth.
Wow,
I rolled 2 7s, so it's only a 10.
Only a 10.
Okay.
As you start to creep up a little closer, Morna sort of plans and set. She takes the rope, takes a few steps forward, and you can hear your companions sort of fanning out to both to your left and to your right.
Yeah.
As soon as you start to creep forward, you're not even sure that you stepped on anything or made any noise, but the creature, and he doesn't look directly at you. He seems like he's listening. And you look around, and it doesn't seem like he knows where you are, that he's clocked anyone's presence. But right away, it seems like he has very good hearing, like unusually good hearing.
Ah, I see. I'm picking
So
up
there's
what you're
something,
putting down.
there's something about him that's like he just has something. The tiny bit of sound that you made just immediately registers to him,
Okay.
and he kind of starts to look around.
As soon as he starts
Draw
to look
longbow.
around, I'm gonna fucking run.
You're gonna.
As
fucking-
soon as I'm like, he's
Oh
heard
my
us, I'm gonna sprint as fast as I can.
I need you to give me an athletics check.
I'm also pulling out my longbow.
Yeah, I'm holding a
Doesn't
shot
count, I didn't
for
look,
if
I
it.
didn't look.
That is 21.
21.
Ooh.
You charge forward the moment, and it barely has a moment to kind of turn, and it sees you barreling in, but it's so quick on the reflexes just from its noise. But it looks at the sack very quickly, decides that might kind of weigh it down, hold it back, drops the sack, and takes 2 steps toward the ravine and.
Can I make a shot at him?
Sure,
Also like
take
to
a
make a
shot.
shot.
Yes, you may. It leaps over the side of the ravine there.
I'm not hidden from him, am I?
You're an unseen attacker.
Okay,
Yeah.
so advantage. And it's within 120 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
12 to hit.
Ooh. 26
Oh,
to
boy.
hit.
Miss on the bow. That hits.
Okay. Sneak attack.
I'm right next to him, yeah.
Well, sneak attack being an unseen attacker.
Unseen. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 4 is 16. damage.
16 damage. Gets hit with the bolt, and in midair you can see it flinch, and it says something in Goblin. It doesn't say something in Common. Give me a perception check. It says something in Goblin.
please.
As it gets hit, it sort of flinches and says something in Goblin, and at the same time, one of its hands goes out a little further, the other one, and this webbing like appears between its arm and the side of its chest, and it gets hairier on the back of its head, and then
What? Can I try to make another shot
you
here?
can
as
run up
it's-
to the edge of the ravine and take
Yeah.
another shot.
May
You
I as well?
Yeah, sure, you may as well.
I got a 7. So
You got a 7. You were unable to hear what he said.
This, I imagine, is not an unseen attacker this time.
No, not an unseen attacker this time.
13 this time?
That will hit.
Oh, great.
Over 20,
That will
22.
hit.
Not, I think it's not a sneak attack this time.
No sneak attack.
5 piercing.
8 piercing.
Gets hit with another bolt, and you see it's like flapping for its life. And as it's sort of tumbling over the edge, it finally catches itself in the air, and you can see that this is a werebat creature, like a shape-changing creature. You can be affected with lycanthropy in different ways. You know, there's wolf form, there's bear lycanthropy, there's bat lycanthropy. And as it finishes its transformation, it kind of lets out one, and then gets hit by Talon, by Illien's longbow, and then spirals into the ravine.
What are we dealing with out here?
Let's go to the body just to make sure there's nothing.
Down in the ravine?
It's pretty far down.
How far is that?
Pretty far down in the ravine. I mean, the journey down, it's not a sheer cliff, so you could slowly work your way down. It's mainly just the way back up would be a pretty grueling walk back up. That's not an insignificant walk.
Could I just look at the body now that we're like,
The
closer?
humanoid body?
Yeah.
Yes, you may.
To it.
As you get closer to it, you notice a couple things about it. First of all, it has the green and gray trappings of a clinker.
Okay.
However, not the sort of structured formal jacket that you see a lot of them wear that's more like guards and sentries. This is like a scout. They send scouts out into the downwield, as do many of the people in Brunkhollow and Bison. This is like a Fort Contrition scout who's wearing kind of a leather armor with green and gray straps that are adorned to it. So it seems like, and you know that this Goblin Raider Leader contract is a joint contract by Fort Contrition and Brunkhollow because it's become such a problem. So not terribly unsurprising to see that they had someone out here maybe scouting and checking out the area just to report back and give details as best they could. So you're able to find, you're pretty convinced that this person's a clinker, not someone that you recognize. It's not a person that you recognize. In addition to that, it seems like anything of value other than like a simple dagger has been picked from it. However, there is that, the sack had to be left behind because Morna came charging in so quickly that he was unable to take that with him on his way over.
Can I look in the sack?
You can look in the sack, of course you can.
Looks like a clinker scout. No one I know.
Us neither.
As you look in the sack, there is a potion of healing. A lot of sort of adventuring related items. There's a potion of healing. Some rations. It seemed like they were sort of pilfering any foodstuffs that they had. There's a small hand crossbow. There's a few bolts that look particularly well crafted, like not just ordinary bolts.
Wow.
And then some other simple sundries. There's like a water skin and like basic items that they not of value, but that they sort of were pilfering.
I will hand the potion of healing to TC.
Oh.
And hand him the bows as well.
The bolts. I mean.
Bolts. A veritable treasure trove for TC.
There's a half dozen plus one bolts. Plus they're sort of master crafted bolts.
6 + 1 bolts. You see TC just like,
They look very expertly aerodynamically designed, not your average sort of chaff that you get at the
these will do quite finely. I think with these, that goblin cretin wouldn't have gotten away from us last time.
No doubt.
Ace and Morna, give me history checks, please.
What?
That minus will get me every time. 11.
It's a 20, not nat.
A 20, great. Something that you recall just as all of this happened so quickly, and there was no point at any point during this where you sort of could have thought about all this and sort of acted on it, but this curse of lycanthropy, this werebat that this creature is, you would know that in some goblin cultures, an afflicted creature could be turned away for fear that would spread. So something as you're sort of looking at the scene now, and given how far you are from what's considered kind of goblin territory in the hills, this could have been an ostracized goblin that was afflicted somehow and was sort of cast out and now sort of venturing on its own. Another thing that strikes you with some rudimentary familiarity with the curse is that when you transform, you shed clothes, and that explains why he was naked. Like it sheds your belongings and clothes when you transform. So just a couple things that come to mind about the nature of the curse.
I think the little guy got kicked out of the goblin clan. Is he dead in the water? No. What happened?
Dead in the water. Which one?
goblin.
The goblin.
Is-
as you look over the edge, there's just lying. That same little corpse is lying down there at the very, very bottom. No movement at all. He fell a pretty good distance too after getting shot.
Oh. Yeah, we're still pretty far from the goblins, so I just think they didn't like this guy. They kind of kicked him out because of his affliction, if you will.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Illien would like to keep an eye out because if it was making calls out to anything that's similarly afflicted.
Like when it jumped and sort of said something.
Yeah, I was like,
called out.
keep his eye out.
Yeah, you look around, you don't see anything sort of answering the call, as it were, or sort of responding. Sort of you have that instinct that when something sort of yells out to immediately look for reinforcements, but you see nothing of the kind.
Is it obvious how the clinker died?
You can take a closer inspection, and dozens of small bite marks up and down the neck and down the side of its body. So
I'm gonna hand everybody a ration.
Doxley just starts eating it right away.
Well,
Shall we get
And
cleaned up?
I'm gonna pocket the hand crossbow for myself.
look at you.
Or maybe for somebody else.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Wait, oh, no! No, I know what you're talking about. All right.
Start getting water on myself.
yeah, I mean, this spot, aside from the sort of grim scene of the body here, it looks like a perfectly adequate spot to rinse off. Sit for a moment, just sort of breathe. You're still far enough from the goblin territory that you don't think you're going to run into, things going. Not that you can't kind of keep an eye out. But.
Is it worth tossing our poor friend here over with his combatant? Do we care about who finds them as they are?
I don't mind chucking it over the edge.
Doesn't seem like a proper burial place for a person.
Is there anything wrong with just leaving him here to rest upon this rock?
Am I gonna? I'd like to not have it be 10 feet away from me as I
Illien,
take my.
help me get the body under a tree or something.
Sure.
I'll go grab under its arms and.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, boot! You missed the boot fell off.
He defecated, but as he died there, could you clean that up?
It's a little stinky.
Not a full burial, but bring him somewhere, give him a little whatever.
Make sure he's
Yeah.
not.
You sort of drag him just into a spot. There's some like shrubbery near the base of a tree, so just get him out of sight, so someone's not just gonna happen upon it.
Clickers don't have like dog tags or anything like that, do they?
No, not that you've seen. Certainly not lower ranking ones that have identifying insignias or
Start my necklace.
Oh my god.
That's actually psychotic.
Ooh, mung bean finger or eyeball necklace.
Actually psychotic to claim kills that you didn't get. That's the truth of it.
I think it was my bolt that ended the goblin.
Oh my god. Okay.
Nice shot though.
And a lot of people immediately, as you sort of check the area, feel safe. Everybody kind of kneels down.
So are we feeling like we take a quick rest here? Casey's looking.
I feel.
Drink that potion, Mr.
I
Welker.
think I might have to on top
No?
of our. I think it will greatly help us if I were to drink this now, yes.
Just saying our stocks are low. Just give it a thought.
My personal stocks are quite low.
He looks awful.
It's a bear market over here for TC.
Right.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's right, dear.
Bears, yes.
Good, Morna.
I'll wait and
Sighs and looks over there.
I'll wrap myself up first and see if that's good enough before I take the potion.
All right.
All right.
I believe that's wise.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do a little.
Yeah, you guys can go through the short
Yes.
rest. Remember that get half your hit die back rounded down on a short rest using the healing surge rules. So there's really no penalty for not spending at least 2 if you have full.
Oh, mama.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
spending 2. I'm spending 2.
Yeah, if you spend 2, you get those 2 back.
Right.
Because we're
right.
using the
Dope.
healing surge rules, which give additional healing.
Oh, 2 7s.
Nice.
Oh, amazing.
I'm back, baby.
Right back.
Double
Don't forget to add your
3.
con, everybody.
Oh my god.
The con is what helped me, but
Anthony.
A 2, a 3, and a 4.
Yikes.
What are you, D8s?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
9 plus 12
Okay.
is
Nice.
somebody said they think it's your cup. and
I've
I-
heard it many times before.
You didn't sage your cup.
No, I did not. You're right.
I think it's
All right.
pointless.
Oh, God.
26. Oh yeah.
So we don't have to count The two hit die we just used, like we get them back.
Yeah, because you'll get those.
Please.
Yeah, so because these are the optional healing surge rules
Also full.
for campaigns that have less healing magic available to them.
Should I go back?
Oh my gosh.
How much did you get back through that?
Like, I'm to 26 now.
Okay.
Everyone's back at full. Okay.
What?
I'll do,
I'll
do one more.
Everyone?
Do one more.
Yeah, I'm full. I'm full. I'm not hungry. I'm full.
You see, everyone's like wrapping up, and TC's like,
You try to do it quietly, and it's like,
slash it a little bit.
That's not bad.
2d4 plus.
No, you get all of it. 'Cause it's,
I get all
yes,
of
the
it.
full action. You get all 10 hit points.
All 10. I'll take that. And this goes down to 2,
Yes,
which
it
is
does.
huge.
So what does that do for?
Do not fall over anymore.
No, it's just the save is higher.
The saving throw to avoid falling prone is easier.
Although I will say this, I will ask this. The caveat in the tough one is that if I have a friendly creature within 5 feet, they can use their reaction to steady me. Is that still the case here?
Sure, yeah, we'll
Okay.
say yes, yeah.
Okay.
If someone's willing to use their reaction to make sure you don't fall, you can.
That's in response to what? Sorry, say
So
that
when
again.
if he tries to dash, he has to make a saving throw to see if he falls. 'Cause he's still using the cane and his leg's still hurting a little bit. But if if wherever he ends his dash is next to an allied creature and they use their reaction to catch him, he can avoid having to make the saving throw at all.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But the saving throw, the DC is now 10,
Yeah,
and I have a
it's
plus
nice.
7. So
You
it'll
shut your mouth.
never happen.
I'm not using my reaction. You're fucking hitting me so hard.
Sure. It's a
You see TC lumbering.
I wrote that in pen. Never mind.
Oh no.
No, I got my tracker here.
You
I just
sure?
thought I would update that.
Done.
Let's take a moment, spend a little time here in the downwheel.
Better.
It's pretty quiet. You hear the birds kind of chirping and listen to the water trickle off the edge of the ravine. During your time spent resting, you can kind of wander over to the lip of the ravine. It's more like a very steep slope rather than like a true cliff. And it allows the streams that reach the edge to kind of disperse in a very pleasing kind of fan-like design. They all maintain contact with the rock. There isn't like a true plunge, like a sort of true waterfall. You don't see much to look at down below other than a few smaller reptiles writhing through the damp soil, and of course your dead werebat. He's actually reverted back, when another sort of sign that he may indeed be dead is the fact that it looks like just a naked goblin at the bottom of the ravine there. With Break's Peak in the background, this ravine just has the feeling of a very soft warning from nature that you're kind of approaching the boundaries of the cusp, and you guys are not heading further in that direction, which would get you, dangerously close. But it's just serves as a kind of natural barrier to remind you that it's in that vicinity. You guys finish up your rest, mostly clean.
Gonna
Can-
have a little toke.
Oh my
Morna
god.
wanders over to the edge, kind of sits.
I'd actually like to find if Morna is ever separated for a little bit. I'd go over to Morna. Morna, are you too busy right now? Taking care of yourself?
What's up?
I didn't know that you smoked the blue.
Doctor prescribed.
Oh, I see. I've been meaning to ask for a while now, but we've never had a chance to really talk. I don't in any way judge the way you live, Morna. I love fighting with you side by side. You're a great teammate and ally. But what the fuck's going on with all of your magic? I want to know, can you just enlighten me how you know these things and you saw these chawingas and you're able to cast this lightning? Like, what is that coming from?
It's kind of a long story.
Everyone's still wrapping up what they're doing. If you want to start it.
Give me the first chapter.
Can we, can I clog, not trying to overhear, but just the general.
You can see that they're
watching
talking.
them.
Yeah, there's no avoiding that. But
Trying to just watch.
Yeah.
I came to Brunkhollow to find the man who did this to me and to make him undo it. And until then, I am half mad.
I see. Someone made you magic.
Yep.
Do you know how?
I have no fucking clue.
Well, I'm sorry. That's probably traumatic for you.
Yes,
From
it
what I
was
understand.
traumatic for me. My whole fucking life, I have been haunted by magic. And this is really just the tippity top.
I'm
And
sorry.
the lightning was from those fucking GENGUS, so that is a separate thing. Just an extra fucking separate thing, a gift, if you will, a charm.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but if it's any consolation, it's a pleasure fighting at your side, knowing that I have some crazy magic to help defend me. So it helps.
Not. That
If it weren't for what you did down in the well, I don't know what would have happened to you. You couldn't see a thing. I felt protected when I was nearby you. It was a gift that you did that. I mean, of course, this magic is not good in your eyes, but in that moment, I was very happy that you were there with me doing that. So that's all I need to say. I'm gonna give Morna a pat on the back and say, thanks for sharing a little bit with me. I won't press you anymore. And I'll go away.
I'll go away.
I'll go away.
gods love him. He is such a fucking fool. And she's gonna finish the fucking cigarette and throw it into the ravine.
This much ash.
She took it out being like maybe half. You know,
No, I fucking finished it. Throws it in.
disappears, maybe to land beside the corpse down
Yeah.
below.
Can I go talk to Doxley?
You may, yes. I'm wandering around during this time.
Hey, Dox. I don't think we properly finished our bet. If we find the statue, yeah, I'll help you and your brother and clear up all the mess with that Thieves Guild, if they can call themselves a Thieves Guild. And if there isn't a statue, I get to ask you 2 questions that you will answer 100% honestly.
That might be the easiest bet I've ever made in my fucking life.
Excellent. That sounds great.
Excellent. I can't wait to see that statue. And, you know, if everything goes according to plan, you can still ask me the questions.
All right.
I just might lie.
Fair.
Cheers.
They'll finish up. TC sort of took the brunt of the hits in that fight, so you take the longest to kind of patch yourself up, just make sure you're sitting right. Feel your leg, you kind of walk. You see TC kind of walk up and down just next to this little stream there, just feeling the strength of his leg. Seems like a little stronger, little baby steps. Each time a little bit of the healing magic from a potion sort of works its way down. After a little bit of time to yourselves, milling about, patching up, cleaning up, come back together right here by the edge of the ravine.
Everyone refreshed.
Quite. I must admit I wouldn't call myself at 100%, but very nearly a load-bearing member.
Leg?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Happy to hear that.
Great.
Well,
So shall we keep an eye out for these rolling hills, I believe is the next step in our journey.
Yep.
let's.
Aye.
Can I take a look at that?
And maybe as we walk, we can convalesce on the next goblin we encounter and how we handle him. Since this one.
I think my plan was, I got really close. I didn't expect him to turn into a fucking bat.
No.
I mean, if he hadn't been able to jump over and fly, you would have had him. Like, if he had had to run left or right, you would have had him. Yeah, it's just.
I think for a normal goblin, that would have been pretty good.
Sure.
Hindsight is 20/20.
If we encounter one that seems like it's of the camp itself, is that our strategy?
I think tackling is usually a pretty good strategy, but it's up to you guys.
When in doubt.
And the naked
tackle.
ones we shoot.
That's a good rule.
Well, if they are separated and were kicked out, perhaps they'd want to give us more information. Like, I'll give you this info, if you give me something, they'll be more inclined.
Honestly, that's fair. Maybe he could have snitched on his people that turned him out.
No. We'll see.
I like those are good plans. I like them.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
I drank that potion.
You son of a bitch!
I really needed it, Doxley. I promise.
You two look pretty
It
good.
wasn't selfish.
Son of a bitch, the ravine. The bitch.
She said I look good.
With the plan in place to tackle goblins, Morna's favorite plan, you pick up where you left off. You start moving east for what will be the longest stretch of this journey without a change in course or a new natural landmark to discover. The path to these rolling hills is a little bit further. One should never be complacent in the downwield, but the open air of the ravine on your right acts as a kind of guardrail for you. Nothing's going to sneak up on you from that direction without you being able to see it well ahead of time. And the trees thin out as they approach the edge, so you have very good sight lines both ahead of you and behind you as well if something were to creep up behind you. You see skittish deer and curious foxes sometimes poking their heads out when they feel your footsteps falling on the grass. And a sudden series of rapid taps can be traced back to a woodpecker doing what it does best. Other than that, the animals mostly keep to themselves, and you're blessed with one of those periods that explores a door, when you can just take in the surroundings without your hand hovering over the hilt of your sword. 30, 40 minutes go by, with just occasional chatter, casual dialogue. Occasionally the odd warning where someone will point out some loose earth or kind of a patch of raised roots. And then you start to see some more drastic changes in the elevation. Rows of trees kind of rising up like a green tide, only to swiftly slope off in one direction or the other. And not that you need the confirmation, given what you've been told and what you're looking for. But there's also some tree trunks marked with undersized handprints using red paint, some kind of red paint or dye, dispersed roughly in a line throughout the forest up ahead, almost as if to mark their own territory. And as you look past the line, you don't see more of them. They're not like marking a route or something. It seems to just be like a wall, as if to signify sort of, this is our territory going forward. So you see a number of those. Presumably somewhere out there, the leaders of the Goblin Raiders reside, and it is time to bring their reign to an end. We're going to try something a little interesting, different.
Another montage.
A goblin thumping montage.
A killing goblins montage.
Noogie.
We did sort of a version of this in campaign 1 when we were in the mountains looking for the Cold Light Walker.
The skiing?
Not the skiing, but
That was big.
We did not do skiing.
but we're doing what's sort of a modified version of what's called kind of a hex crawl. If you guys could turn your monitors on there for a second for me.
What?
What that? Okay.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh, it's so
Whoa.
So you guys
Oh, I see.
are entering in here. This is where you're coming into the hills. And I also have for you guys,
cool. This is
Love things.
awesome.
Stop!
this is the kind of region map that you can make notes on or fill in as needed.
Hot. Fucking love a map.
A blank
No,
one,
you
no
don't.
less.
You don't even know.
I
Like.
got one. I got one.
A blank page of canvas.
So as you guys explore and you sort of pick up clues, trails, tracks, signs of activity, you can tell me in which direction you want to go, and we'll fill in the kind of hex map as we continue. So some regions might be a little more mountainous, hilly, some might be a little more forested. You've been told by, or at least I think it was Daphne that posited that there might be like watchtowers out there that you might be able to sort of ambush ahead of time rather than any sort of progress you might make towards thinning out the herd, as it were, before you reach the camp proper. All might be helpful throughout this sort of endeavor here.
Yeah.
So are we looking at C1 right
Yes,
now?
you are entering into C1, so A, B, C, D. Yeah, C1 is, this is where you guys are entering into the hill region here, right on the edge of C1. So yes, you're...
Oh, gnarly. Okay.
This is, I mean, from what our limited understanding, this is the whole area.
Yeah, so obviously the land continues, but these rolling hills are limited mostly to these sort of 16 sections of land here.
Yeah.
Let me come back out there for a second. So you're entering into an area that, from what you can tell of the surrounding hills, is relatively exposed. It's not quite as densely forested here. The forest gets much, much denser to the east and to the south, and as the terrain gets craggier and a little more rugged to the north. You'll have to chart a course based on some combination of your instincts, your findings throughout the area, and you'll also need to decide whether you make for the camp as quickly as possible, or whether you seek to kind of pick off goblins. You know, there might be ones hunting, fishing, sleeping, like exploring. So the question remains, how far do you kind of push your luck in terms of, you don't want to alert them and then have them run back to camp, but any progress you can make towards not having one big final fight where all of the goblins are present probably is a boon to your cause. You're also at a point where there's no such thing as too careful when it comes to prying eyes. As you enter into these hills here, not only is it goblin territory, but presumably they know the hills far better than you do. They know the routes, they know how to escape, they know where to flee, they know what sort of terrain to use to their advantage. So everything from this point going forward is certainly a match of wits and having to keep your wits about you as well. A single goblin scout could spell trouble for you later, so while there are larger creatures, animals of the woods, that might pose a more physical threat in the immediacy, it's those skittish little figures that you want to be keeping tabs on as you kind of delve deeper into the woods here. So you guys are entering into this area, a little exposed because of the lack of trees, but you look up, you see some hills rising over here, rocky crags kind of over to your left, a lot of terrain expanding out in front of you, and you guys stand here, ready to hunt.
If anything, I would like to remain on the outskirts if we're looking for anything, because I'm loud as hell, so I'll try to skirt around.
Right. Are you suggesting that we split up in some way?
I don't know, or at least stay close but cover 50 feet within each other, spread out like casting a net, maybe?
All right.
Might be nice if we come across some goblins to kill them.
Yes.
Quickly and quietly if we can.
Yes.
Unless we see more naked ones. Maybe see if we can get their allegiance or something.
Well, naked or downtrodden or just looking kind of
Sad.
solid. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
I think one of our best bets is looking for something like those watchtowers, because if we can sabotage, that might pull forces away from their main area. If we can spread them out.
All right, let's do that. Maybe we go. Is that? I can't see the
That's south. That's north.
Can we go?
proper, yeah.
Maybe we go south and see if there's a watchtower along this border.
All right.
As you guys are just sort of walking throughout this first region that you're within, I want everybody to give me perception and survival checks. Perception, survival.
Ooh. Perception is 26.
Right.
My perception is a dirty 20, but my survival.
Let's go around perceptions. I had yours, 26.
26.
Perception 13.
13, dirty 20,
16.
16,
Now one.
no, 1. And then survival checks.
13.
10.
8.
22.
22.
9.
What was it?
9.
9.
Extra one.
Some people carrying the weight,
said
but
it
nonetheless,
cute, then
a
maybe it would
group
be.
effort. It's pretty good, all things considered. Okay, with these rolls, a few things that you notice as you travel throughout the region. Those of you with the higher survival checks notice that there are tracks of a kind of ursine variety scattered throughout the region.
This is C1, not D1.
This is in the one you're in still,
Okay.
C1, yes, the C1 region, this first one. It looks like they may have scored a recent kill as well, because there's a few rocks and patches of grass that have these kind of bloody streaks sort of pulled over them, and the blood hasn't fully dried yet. So you don't know that it was like it could have just been an animal kill, but some kind of carcass was dragged across some rocks and grass here. So you kind of pick up on that, and in addition to that, it's sort of Illien there with the highest score there, as you're looking at the streaks and the tracks, it looks like they might have been headed sort of southeast, so into the D1 region there of the map. That might sort of where the Ursine creature was generally headed after it found its prey. In addition to that, you guys notice that goblin tracks are few and far between here. Occasionally you'll see sort of a smaller boot print or a footprint in the ground, but there isn't a lot of them, and the same goes for any hoof prints as well. You guys have dealt with them before, and you know that sometimes they ride on boarback, sort of using that as a mount, and you don't notice a lot of hoof prints as well, no hoof tracks as far as you can tell. They're not really consistent enough to gauge any movement patterns, to be able to see like, oh, goblins, when they come through here, they're definitely headed in this direction. It's sort of scattered, so this doesn't seem to be an area that they necessarily frequent as much here, which also makes sense. As you look around, there's no running or still water, there's not a ton of trees, so the wildlife here is not as sort of abundant and robust, so that aligns with what you've already seen thus far. As you're exploring, there's a few times where the sightlines kind of open up just because of the way that sort of treetops sort of separate at various points. And you can get a better look at the hills of zones B1 and C2. And I'll bring up this map once more so we can know what we're talking about. So we're looking at B1. This thing's going to be a little hard to see, but we're looking at this one up here, B1, and then C2, which is the one directly to the east of where you are. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to actually grab...
Revelio.
Yes, Revelio. I have to grab the correct... Oh! Here's all the different terrain types it can be.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them.
This is awesome.
So this... Let's grab this one.
Cutty paste. Control-Z, Control-V.
Yeah, there we go. So there's a sort of thicker forestation directly to your east, directly to the east there, that we're going to fill in. And then there's to the northeast, it's a little sort of rockier. The hills sort of jut up a little more suddenly. There was a good rocky one that I had. They have these kind of rocky spires. Sorry, we're going for a little journey here because I can't remember where I put that.
Why am I getting like flashbacks of like Jurassic Park when she's like opening up the security system? And it's like all the little boxes that she goes to?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is.
Kind of rocks. Oh, there we go. Yeah, these rocky pillars. That's what I was looking for.
Oh my god, they have a castle.
Do they have a castle?
Yes, not all of these are
From the
represented.
castle.
So there we go. Kind of a some rocky crags and some taller spires and things. The two things that you would posit and sort of guess at as you're looking at these regions. You go into the little fight map there. There we go. We can center on those. Two things that you sort of would think about as you're looking at those is the thicker forestation to the east provides quite good cover. It's not as exposed. You know, you might have a chance to see something before it sees you. Something lurking high in the hills might not be able to spot you. However, as you look to the crags to the northeast, you do think a couple times as you look up at them, they look very scalable. And getting up on those might give you an excellent view of some of the surroundings in a way that being on the forest floor of the other one would not. So a little bit of a trade-off there. Maybe have to be careful about sneaking around in the more rocky exposed area, but also much, much better sight lines in the rocky area. So something to think about as you're looking at those two zones specifically. And then we can also fill in the one, the D1, which is a not quite as thickly forested, but another sort of foresty area.
This is so cool.
That's awesome.
Little 3D hex map. Yeah, so it's a little thicker there, but not nearly as much as this C2 region there.
They look like little broccoli.
And we can also indicate. Yeah, we'll do. Here, Ace, you can be our signifier. Here.
Yes.
So
Big Ace?
This is where the party kind of is there.
Giant inside.
Yeah, we can actually.
Blow her up.
Yeah, make it easier to see there. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
big.
So that's
Yeah.
a
Love it.
representative of where the party is. So as you look around, people kind of separate. You don't get too far that you sort of lose track of each other, but people look, sort of poke around. Some people pull themselves up on branches to get a better look, and then everybody kind of comes back together to sort of discuss the findings that you guys have seen.
I'm not opposed to getting a better view on those column thingies over there.
I think that's a great idea. There's Ursine creatures down to south of us. I might head more eastern, more cover I can get, and draw less attention to you all, and that way I can kind of, if someone wants to go up the spires and someone wants to go south, that way I can be kind of in between and jump between.
I don't think we should split up that much. If anything, 2 groups would be the most I would want to split up. But I wouldn't mind taking a look from the top of those.
Okay.
Do we maybe want to go as a group to the top one, and then we get a better understanding of the surrounding, and then consider splitting up? And if that's a wise decision.
That sounds good to me. Yeah.
We just won't have very many places to hide, you and I. If we go up there, draw attention to ourselves.
Yeah, we'll just kill whatever we say then.
All right.
All right.
There's again, we've dealt with this before. There will be some times where the sort of noise of your armor comes into play, but there's some times where the disadvantage that you get from heavy armor won't apply simply because it's not a sound-based factor necessarily. So,
Okay.
but it does look like there's less places to hide. That's not inaccurate. I mean, it's certainly less dense forestation-wise.
Right.
But
Do you still have some of that urine?
Yes.
Oh, got it. Yes.
Aye.
Understood.
cooked up a fresh batch myself.
Yeah. I've got this empty potion bottle. I could fill it up as well.
No, I'm more thinking about the Giralon urine. So if we encounter something that's
This was basilisk.
basilisk
urine.
urine, you're right. I was thinking. I was shopping for Giralon.
I think. Yes.
Just be ready with it.
Oh, of course. Would you like to carry it if you're worried about being sneaky?
Is that easier?
Sure. Throw it down if we end up needing it.
It's
All right.
yours.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Tyrun family urine, as far as I'm concerned.
We can stop talking about urine now.
Morna's been making this face for the last 5-minute conversation.
So heading up to the B1 region there. Right, we'll move the little marker up there. And heading as a group for now.
Yeah,
Heading as a group. Excellent. As you start to head up in that direction, you decide to seek higher ground, see what advantages that might afford you. You move northward, where not only do you have the woods and the hills to contend with, but there are these large, kind of craggy spires and rocky shelves that seem to shift and separate, like they're almost like it's on a fault line. You wouldn't be surprised if you learned that sometime in the past there had been some earthquake activity here, just the way the land is sort of split and pushed up in various places. But for now, it's very, very still here. There's no sort of indication of that at the moment, which is also imposing in its own way, the stillness a little eerie. The transition to mostly stone and grass means that the canopies have all but abandoned you. So maintaining some degree of stealth, you try to hug the ridges as close as you can. But you find yourselves craning your neck kind of upward, even more so than usual, even more so than looking straight ahead, because there's so many spots where if someone kind of was up there and they poked a head out, they'd very clearly be able to see you. So it sort of just has that risk, almost kind of moving through a rocky valley here. There's some naturally occurring paths that aren't any kind of like roads or anything, but simply the roads you have to follow unless you were to climb, based on the terrain, that look like they could be followed either kind of loosely north or loosely east. But if you wanted to put your athleticism and potentially also your luck to the test, you can try to scale some of these larger rock faces here. Get a much clearer look at the surrounding areas, which might go a long way towards maybe strategizing further as you approach the primary camp. So you look around. Everybody give me perception checks first, and then other things possibly depending on what we get.
24.
Did it go in your mind? Oh.
Oh, much better. 18.
18. Excellent.
I rolled 2 dice because I'm an idiot.
Just roll me another one right now.
I'm gonna roll
Yep,
another
fresh
one.
die.
Yep. Okay. Perception. Oh, that's only 7.
7 as well.
7.
13.
13. All right, so what is your guys' sort of plan here as you look at this area? I mean, as I said, you can use the sort of natural paths, but if the objective is to get a better look, someone may need to...
I'd like to climb.
I'd like to climb, yeah.
Great.
If I take my time, I can get up there quite easily.
Kind of eye your leg. Like,
Are we all climbing?
I think
You don't have to.
Everybody doesn't need to climb.
I'll stay down here in case something needs pursued.
All right.
I'll stay with you.
All right.
Okay. Athletics checks for those climbing.
The athletics?
It does, yeah.
It can't be
Yeah.
acrobatic.
It's not a kind of dexterous-based thing. It's
All
a
right.
pretty pure climb.
Athletics. Ooh.
Oh Oh, Anthony.
It's the one. It's the thing that I do.
I'm ready to catch you.
Oh my God!
Ace?
Breaks the other leg.
25.
Falling down.
21.
I mean,
It's a natural one.
I guess.
Okay.
Based on both your reaction and Kelley going,
She was saying he's number one.
you take a look around and you pick a spot that both rises very quickly, but also looks like it has a little bit of roughness to it. Like some of the cliffs are very sheer and look very difficult to climb, but you find something where there's some handholds, some footholds that you're able to kind of move up. As the two of you start to move up very quickly, you look down and you find that TC's falling behind kind of quite a bit. A couple times he kind of starts, falls back down a couple times. So you see him lagging behind a little bit. In addition, the fact that you were able to kind of move up very, very quickly, even before you get to the top where you'll be able to see much further out to the east, both of you give me perception checks, and both with advantage, because those are both over 20 athletics.
oh my God!
Okay, I'm not looking at that.
You're not
I'm
looking at it?
I rolled 2 18s. Didn't you roll? Someone else rolled 2 somethings. But that's gonna be a 17.
I did. I rolled 2 7s earlier.
Look at listen,
This is
the energy.
Yeah, truly.
Crackling, positively.
It's like there's something in the air.
Yeah, it's great.
13.
13.
Do you want to know what this one was? Yeah.
It was
a nat 20.
No,
Oops. Is that what the sheriff
Damn.
badge is? It's a 20.
Yeah, it's the 20. That's sure.
All things considered, pretty good though. As you guys are climbing, and it's actually kind of a fortunate moment where you stop and the noise of you sort of just grabbing at the rocks, a little bit of rustling, pebbles trickling down. You stop for a moment to check on TC's progress, and in that moment hear a little and you look back up, pull yourself away from the sort of cliff face a little bit, and up above another 20, 25 feet, there's like an indentation in the rock. And also a little bit of sort of warm light inside. Possibly a little cave or nook. It does not look like anyone's like head is peeking out the side. It doesn't necessarily look like you've
the
been...
giggle wasn't look at those 2 bitches.
No, it was not look at those 2 bitches. And in addition to that, I'll say Ace with the 17, you're able to hear that in addition to the sort of laughter, you hear some smacking and consuming of foods. So possibly a little break or a little sort of nook there where they're taking a load off.
How big is the nook?
Certainly big enough to like walk into.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, you could definitely.
I don't know what I was picturing.
Yeah, it's just like a little sort of
Like-
indentation in the rock face that someone has snuck into.
There's a little guy. Yeah, let's stab him.
I see them making those like.
You certainly saw them stop, and now they're sort of indicating upward. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm coming.
I wanna
Just
I'll go even slower, but continue.
Okay.
yeah, I wanna like climb up slow and careful.
Okay.
Like
Give me
match your pace, so we kind of like ambush
come
together.
at the same
yeah.
time. And then
give me a
come up.
stealth check and an athletics check, and add those together, and just give me the total number.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Wish I could do it.
Athletics.
Okay.
I said no math tonight.
You can also just give me the number.
No, I'm gonna do it. 34.
Wow.
Wait, that's good.
Stealth plus athletics, right? Okay, yeah. 34.
25.
25. You guys start to creep up a little closer, and you at the base now, you saw them kind of stop and listen and then start back up. So already a little bit of sort of spider senses, just wondering if they heard something or just something picked up on.
Be on ready.
You guys, you sort of wait for those and use those opportunities to creep a little closer each time they make a little bit of noise. Peek your head up over the edge and you can see in there, and in there does indeed appear to be a very small little fire with a couple sort of sticks and dry pieces of wood, a little bit of flame sort of coming out, and 3 goblins that are sort of around it in a little semicircle, snacking away on some kind of, one of them has like a sort of cooked squirrel and other sort of bits of morsels, bits of meat. None of them have noticed you thus far. In addition, you notice, because you have a moment here to sort of inspect your surroundings, they have not made no precautions as they went into this little nook. There is a rope at the exterior of this little cave or nook or whatever you want to call it that looks like it goes up along the rock face, and it's tied to like a thick root, like a tree root or a plant root. And above that root are several small boulders. And it looks like if you yanked on that rope, the boulders would come falling down.
On
And
us or them?
if someone was standing at the entrance of this little cave, it would come down on you. It wouldn't come down on the people in the cave.
Right.
But yeah, so a way for if suddenly something appeared at the mouth of the cave, one of the goblins could grab the rope, yank it, and rocks would fall on you. But you notice it before, even though it's a little bit hidden and obscured by the rock, you're able to see that.
Can we trick them into coming out and pulling them?
But we'll get smushed.
Don't get too quiet, just for the mics.
Oh,
I will.
sorry. We're so quiet.
We'll also get smushed.
Take that back. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's smushing?
Should we just go?
Go.
You vault over the side, immediately charge in, and they're barely sort of getting the food out of their mouths, and whoa! You guys start to run over them. Go ahead and give me an initiative roll. Although you guys are gonna get.
If I see them bum rush, can I start to
yes.
try to
you can
more
start
quickly?
to head up. Yep.
13 for initiative.
Should I
4.
also-
Yeah.
How beefy are goblins?
They're not that beefy.
super.
They're not that beefy.
I mean, we just took one out with 2 bolts and an arrow.
He was naked.
Yeah, that's true. He had low armor, but not. I mean, hit points. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
You guys should roll too as well. Just
Fucking
just
chilling.
chilling, yeah.
it may spill out into the
I see.
15 for me. I don't know.
15.
Oh,
Morna.
yeah,
Do it
sorry.
Jordan way.
Morna.
4.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
20 to 25. 15 to 19.
15.
15. Okay, Doxley had an 18.
Okay.
Doxley, and then TC with 15. 10 to 14.
13 for Ace.
11 goblins.
Okay, 13 Ace, 11 Gobos.
I think it's just us, you, me now.
Yeah,
right?
what do you got?
6.
4.
6 and 4. Okay, 6 Illien, 4 for Morna. Okay. So we got Doxley, TC, Ace, Gobos, Illien, Morna.
Gabo.
Doxley, TC, sorry.
Doxley, TC, Ace, Gobos, Illien, Morna. Cool.
Thank you.
Great. So that is the order. However, you guys have a surprise round. You're able to sort of vault quickly over and surprise them. So it's a very, very small space, but they're sort of hovered around. Immediately as they see you, some of them kind of reach for simple weapons, a couple spears, a couple short swords that are around them. But you guys are able to rush in first. None of them look like a leader or any particular, like, one stronger than the other. They all seem pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do?
Punch.
We'll go in the order that even, so it would be Ace and then Morna in the surprise round.
I think you said there's 3, so
Yep.
Goblin 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
I'm gonna whack Goblin 1 with my fist.
Great.
So that'll be 17 plus 7 to
That will
hit.
hit. Yep.
And then should I roll damage first or second attack first?
You roll damage first. Yep.
11.
11 damage. Whoa! Ooh! He falls kind of forward into the little fire there, and some of his fringe and hair catches on fire.
Dead?
Oh!
Boom.
Oh, all right. Goblin number 2.
Number 2.
Is that like the 6-inch punch, the death punch? Yeah, that's what Mace just did.
That's only gonna be a 9.
9 damage.
No, to hit.
Oh, 9 to hit. That will miss.
Yeah.
So he is able to dodge out of the way there. Great.
I'm happy with my first one.
Excellent. Morna.
I'm gonna attack with Bill.
Great.
That, oh shit, that's a 7, that's a 9.
That's gonna miss.
Okay, then I'm gonna attack with Barb.
Let's go Barb.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
That will miss also.
Holy shit.
And then you have your. You still haven't used your bonus action, so you have.
My bonus action is I don't want to waste a rage on this, so my bonus action is
I don't have a bonus action.
Well, you can use your offhand attack because you're not raging.
Even though I just
That was 2 main hand. Yeah, the 2 main hand attack. If you don't rage, you still have your bonus action to use the off.
amazing.
Yep.
Then I will try again.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So that's a dirty 20.
Great, that hits.
Great. And then let's try this.
Whoa,
What is
Deirdre.
with you?
Okay, that is kill me. That's 5.
5, great.
All right.
Just give them a good smack, and after that happens, they sort of panic and run. As you guys are looking around at this little circle, these seem like low-ranking members of this sort of goblin raider. A lot of times, the more important ones will lead, you know, like you guys saw before, like true raids where you take boars out and you sort of raid a little party. These guys are scouts, you know, hunters, people who maybe forage and bring stuff back. These are low on the totem pole kind of goblins here. All the same, goblins that could easily run back and warn people of your existence. So we're gonna dive in. Doxley, you're up first. You can hear some screams and some goblin noises, and you can tell that there's some fight breaking out up there.
Doxley's just gonna somehow produce a drink and just watch TC's tush go further up the mountain and just
You're still climbing.
Oh my god.
picked up a speed a little bit.
Okay, that takes us to TC.
Pep in my step. Second story work. It does not cause me extra movement to climb.
Yes.
However, how far am I? Am I?
You would need to dash to get to the lip of the.
Let's do it. All right, we're gonna dash.
What happens if you fall while you're climbing?
You slide down a ways there. Yep.
So the DC is 10, and I have +7, and I rolled a 19. 26.
With bated breath.
Yeah.
So TC quickly skittering up. So that was your movement and dash. If you can use
Cunning action dash.
that could have been your cunning action.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can now peek over the lip there
Can I? Well, is there one that's within melee of one
Morna. Yeah, because
of
she didn't
Morna?
kill that one. Yep. Go ahead and take a shot.
Am I an unseen attack?
No, because they're facing the mouth of the cave, so they can see your head poke up over the edge.
16.
That will hit.
Hey.
Yep.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
We will get a wee bit of a sneak attack here. Go be holy shit.
Oh, wow.
15 plus 7 is.
Pieces of goblin
I did
skull.
not use a +1 dart bolt on that one.
battering it. Yes, do declare that in the future. I didn't. I assumed you weren't.
No,
I do declare.
Yeah.
No, that was just a regular bolt.
Go. That guy's
and
toast
that's my
there.
turn.
Great. That takes us to Ace. One goblin left, and you can see as he's standing up, he has like a little short sword that he has, but he's also looking. It looks like there might be a little kind of escape hole up at the top there. So it's not his turn, but he looks like he's eyeing that escape hole there.
More punchies.
Great.
Wow, that's a 1.
Give your second punch.
A lot of those tonight.
That's gonna be 19.
That will hit. Roll for damage.
And that'll be 8 damage.
8 damage. Not quite enough to kill him in. I lied. That is enough.
Nailed it.
That goblin goes splattering against the side, and with his last breath, he kind of looks up at the little hole.
Aw.
What was that, 6 seconds?
Yeah, like you guys were on them in an instant. And a couple of things kind of come to mind as you kind of come up into here. First of all, there's goblins of all types in this region. You fought some of the stronger goblins at a time prior. Now here's some of the sort of up-and-coming, proving themselves type goblins. In addition, there's goblins in every nook and cranny of these woods here, these hills. So you always have to be kind of on guard because it's probably their job to report back to the camp that if they see something threatening approaching the camp. So you guys get up there. They had nothing on them in terms of equipment, so very rudimentary weapons, but other than that.
I'll just look over the edge and kind of give a thumbs up to the people on the ground.
Cool.
You have to lean over TC, who is still hanging there with one hand.
I don't offer you a hand.
Matt, can I take their weapons?
Yeah, you can. I mean,
What do I have?
two goblin short swords and one goblin spear.
Goblin-sized weapons.
Yeah, they're slightly under. They're bigger than a dagger, but they're undersized for like a
Alright.
standard.
3 down.
If I
gonna be so
fired one bolt, can I get that one back? Okay. Sweet.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Now maybe we'll do what we came up here to do and take
Indeed. I'll help TC up. I'll pull him up.
Oh, I got him.
Oh, all right. Never.
But does it look like we could fit through this?
It does
goblin
look like
hatch?
you fit up there, yeah. And as you sort of peek up, you see blue skies up above, so it seems to go sort of open up to the top of this little ridge here.
Give us a boost.
I do
It's
not.
much smaller than it looks.
I did not assist.
I have a question. Speaking of this, did someone grab my butt while I was out the other day? Just gonna pick it up.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember when I was out in the cave? Did somebody grab my butt?
I don't recall.
TC, just get up there.
Specifically,
Okay,
like trying to explain myself as it's not something I remember thinking about.
Hey, I just had a flash. Somebody grabbed my butt. All good.
Was there a certain soreness that you woke up with?
Nah, no biggie.
All right.
What do you
Could've been
see?
quite a-
I got a fucking handprint bruise on your
Yeah.
ass.
So as you sort of you were able to help TC up, and then as his foot gets higher and higher, you use your sort of hand, almost a sort of gymnast or cheerleader style. You push him up the final part, and you get to the top there. There's no like ladder or anything. You kind of have to keep yourself wedged against the side and scoot yourself up, but it's not very far. And finally,
Anybody up here?
nobody up here. Just look around. It's a nice view up here. Pull yourself the rest of the way. Give me a perception check. The two people on the ground give me survival checks as you guys are poking about while you wait.
Can I go up too?
Yeah, you can follow. Yep.
Alright.
Perception?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception.
13 on the perception.
I guess I'll go up too.
Sure, you can follow them.
There's no-
That's a 6.
Without any assistance of anyone else, give me an athletics check first because you do have to kind of wedge yourself up there.
That's a 14.
14. Oh yeah, that'll do it. So even though you have no assistance, you sort of brace yourself with your feet. Slowly scoot yourself up when you get close to the top. Pull yourself up. Give me a perception check.
That's some good bouldering right there.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's an 11.
Great. 11, 13.
6.
Okay, great. We'll get to that in a second. Survival checks.
15.
15. Illien, as you're poking around just while you're waiting, sort of you hear a little bit of commotion, look to Doxley, she seems unfazed. Quiets down. You just take a look, and you're kind of looking up and down these sort of natural passageways throughout the ravine, or not really a ravine, but throughout the sort of rocky faces. You see that there's evidence of some goblin tracks, but they're a little intermittent. They're a little hard to follow. It definitely seems like goblins come through here, but not necessarily with regularity or in great numbers. In addition to that, you see some very large white or kind of cream-colored feathers, like big feathers, like over a foot long, each one. And you see kind of one here. Give me a nature check.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, nature.
Boys.
12.
12? Enough to know that they look like they belong to, and this is something you guys probably saw, in the Docks of Piranha, it looks like it belongs to giant geese. Like,
Oh, God.
which tells you a couple things. Tells you a couple things. One, they're terribly ill-tempered creatures, but also there must be a source of water somewhere in the relative vicinity. They typically nest near water, but also tend to kind of, duck between rocks and crags and things. Yeah, so... As soon as you see the feather, you sort of give a listen. Don't hear any loud honking noises. In addition, you seem to remember that there's something to do with these geese feathers, but you can't remember what you can do with them with that roll there. That somebody used to, back home, used to tell you that you could collect these and do something with them, but you can't remember what that is.
All right, I gathered one or two of them. We got some of our large friends from back home followed us, it seems.
Honk.
Yeah, exactly. So keep your eyes out.
All right. Fucking hate geese.
Yeah. I'll stow them away for now. I just keep rummaging my mind.
Yeah, stuff them in your backpack. Okay, we'll go back up to the top. You guys look around, and we'll also... We should bring up this as well. A little map here. You guys take a little scan. You go kind of right to left, take a look around in this area. Rising mostly up above the treetops and the rolling hills, you feel a little vindication for your decision to climb up here, because when you look out, you have a mostly unimpeded view of the eastern northern areas of these hills. It's an excellent vantage point from which you can scan and plan your next moves. Looking directly east, you can see that...
B2.
Yes, B2. You can see that the forest gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and let's get first a sort of medium forest.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yes.
Like TC. Is
Thick
it
like
TCC? TCC.
There we go. So there's a kind of a medium forest directly east, and then an even thicker forest east past that.
Oh,
the trees get
3 is
quite,
the thick
quite-
boy.
Yes, that's the thickest of the thick. Let's get another big.
Okay, 1 C in the B2 and 2 C's in B3.
Yeah.
Come back here. Shoop. So the forest gets thicker and thicker as you go out that way, but there are no obvious kind of structures or encampments. Out in that direction, you don't see like a tower or a larger camp that might belong to the raiders.
And if there were like tree structures, we'd be able to see big
If they were
ones.
up in the treetops, yeah, if they were big, certainly, yeah. I mean, you know, not like a very small little treehouse or something, but yeah, a larger dwelling you'd be able to see.
Okay.
Sure.
Your vision further to the southeast, this one here, sort of C3 in this area, is blocked by the closest thing to what's kind of a small mountain in these parts. A very rocky ascent that, while theoretically scalable, looks like it would be a pretty grueling climb. And in fact, not that you don't think you could do it, but it might take quite a bit of time to do so. And it's high enough that it really blocks your vision and you're unable to see further in that direction. So we're gonna grab one of these. And that is what is here.
And that favors kind of the northwest of that portion, or it's kind of the whole thing?
It's kind of most of the area. It's not one big peak. It's like several sort of smaller, yeah, but more or less that region. Unless you're doing some climbing, you can't really like walk through the edges of that.
Sure.
The northwest bears 2 points of interest, and the first 2 signs of more organized goblin activity in the region. First of all, there is a wooden watchtower, more substantial than your average goblin edifice, built kind of only to last while the raiding party is here and then moves on. Because that's typical more goblin raider behavior, is they'll inhabit an area for a while and then move on. But they seem to have set up a more permanent settlement here, as far as you can tell. So that one we're gonna grab. Let's take a little trip over to this.
Wow.
That's a nice tower.
Nice job.
See better.
So that was up here.
Oh.
Oh, I put that in the wrong place.
Wreak.
So some kind of, and obviously not to scale, but representative, the sort of watchtower over there.
You did say northwest when you were talking.
Oh, I did say northwest? I meant northeast. Sorry about that.
It's always west.
I think he's.
You can see it's hard to tell if anyone's manning it from this distance. They would be very, very small at this sort of vantage point, but you can see that from where you are currently, that tower has a pretty good view of at least its immediate surroundings. So if you were in any of these zones, you'd have to be careful about being spotted by someone who's kind of up in that tower there. Second, also to the northeast, but not as dramatically, you see a very sturdy stone hillside that's dotted with wooden scaffolding and beams that are currently supporting the opening of at least one tunnel burrowing deeper into the earth. Now, the fact that there aren't goblins in greater numbers that you can see kind of milling about, or any additional structures nearby, it makes you think that this is not the main camp. This is not the Goblin Raider camp. But it might be a secondary dig site, which you heard was also a possibility. That if anyone's mining, they might be picking away inside because you don't see anyone kind of coming in or out of it at the moment. But there is some little mining operation set up there. So that's going to be... If I had a mining thing somewhere... Well, I think there was like a cave. Yeah, here we go. There's like a cave. Let's do that one.
Wasn't there? Did we ever talk about? Someone said Nani might be in a mine. Is that something?
I mean, I think.
But I think there's
Somebody
more than
just-
one.
More than one mine.
I think
Because
they
we
got
talked-
her to come and look at stuff in the mine.
In the mine.
Yes,
But you don't
somebody
know
posited
which-
that they were like, oh, they might stick her in there. keep her under wraps.
That's correct. Toward the northwest, the canopies open up just enough for you to see that it looks like there's a small lake located there. Coincides with, you don't know this yet, but sort of a geese may sort of coalesce around that kind of area. It's a very small stream that leads into it from the north. It kind of pools into a lake and then flows out. Whatever kind of overflow from the lake flows out the other end. And if you're not mistaken, there's also a few puffs of smoke rising up, almost like there might be a bonfire in the vicinity of the water's edge. So yeah,
Bless you! Excuse me.
There was one that had the watery kind of thing. Am I crazy? There we go. That one is a little watery. Also,
Und das looks nice.
a little campfire.
Kind of
too.
idyllic.
So that.
I'll take it.
Yeah. If it's less than
I'll buy it.
$1,000 a month.
What are they selling? I was gonna say, what are they selling?
There we go. Yeah, so that has like a little pool of water, kind of a little
Okay.
camp bonfire.
Okay.
So you're filling out the sort of region nicely.
Wow.
All right.
So this is what you guys are able to discern from up there on your vantage.
I guess meet back down below and
Tell them what we've seen.
tell them everything we've seen. Yeah.
Sure.
On the climb back down, Morna's just gonna be like, because, yeah, I guess there was like rope burned on my butt is really what it comes down to. So I was wondering, did somebody grab my butt? It's not a big deal.
Doxley took the brunt of your weight. You might ask her if there was a
It's like I said, no big
slip and a grip
Sure.
at one point. A harsh grip on a little slip.
Sure.
That's all I've got for you.
That's fine.
Anything anymore.
I don't know.
I'm happy
He's
to
babbling.
I'm happy to help you investigate, but maybe at another time.
No, it's not a big deal.
All right.
You guys work your way back down. Doxley and Illien are waiting there.
Fight break out.
Just a few scouts.
Nice.
We got him.
Nice.
Very, very
I figured.
Pose no problem to us.
Sure.
And
guys
I
are so
think,
strong.
I want to share everything with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so where do we think? It seems like to the north there's several settlements, possibly. Either in the smoke, in the mine, or certainly in the tower.
I mean, the mine is kind of calling to me in that I don't know if Nani's there, but we might see what she was asked to check out, see what the goblins are up to. It might lead to more of their caves or something.
Or if there's some in there, collapse that
Yeah.
so they can reinforce.
I will say that I believe that poses much more of a risk than the watchtower does. If we are able to sneak up towards the watchtower.
I agree.
Because setting fire to that will bring many eyes, and the mine just feels like so many points of failure. If it is connected to other mines, what if just one of them sees us and goes deeper? Or
if
what
Nani
if
happens
something
to be
collapses? Or
I agree. As soon as we light the watchtower, though, we'd probably have to kick it into high gear. And
right, that would all we would be doing there. We wouldn't be sticking around to loot or get another better vantage. We would just move on to the southeast.
Does it feel worth it to go and pick people off by the lake and then work our way across the northernmost section of this area? Then the mine and then the tower? Or do we think that's too many diversions?
I think that takes up a lot of time. It'll take up half the day.
The main goblin, oh my god. The main goblin cave we're looking for is not these mining tunnels, right? From what we can tell.
Yeah, so the main raider camp isn't necessarily... What you've heard about it is that there is a raider camp where you might start to see some like walls, small fortifications, and that within that camp they had... The reason that camp was settled to begin with is there's some kind of mine or, cave system within that camp. Okay. And that this one that you're looking at, because there's no additional fortifications, because there aren't that many goblins, this seems like something secondary. Like they figured out there was maybe some resources in the rock there and they sent people to start digging that out. But this isn't the main thing that they discovered originally.
Maybe we just hit the tower hard and fast.
Yeah. Do we want to explore any other places before we do that? Just to understand what it is we're going into.
I'm up for it. I just think that we want to kind of focus our energy and time, because the more places we visit, the more failures we open ourselves up to, and the more
That's true.
them spreading word about us.
That's sound.
You
Also,
didn't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, if we hit multiple things, there's a chance that it seems like a concerted effort that someone is trying to do something to their camp. So maybe just one thing is good.
My vote is to kind of skirt the middle between this forested area and the mining area, make our way straight to the watchtower, and very, very carefully, I don't know, take this flask of oil and light a corner of it, and we all head southeast.
Sure.
I like that plan. You didn't see any sign of a quarry while you were up there, did you?
Of a quarry?
Yeah.
I mean, there's the mine.
The mine that was discussed.
Is the mine the same as a quarry? I actually don't know. I
The
pictured a quarry being like a big hole in the ground.
Oh, I didn't see a big hole in the ground.
All right.
There might be resources in the mine. There might be jack shit.
We might be able to, if we take this tower, grab one of the little suckers and ask where their main camp is, and that would save us some time for sure. And then kill him, obviously.
I don't know how much they are in the business of telling the truth to strangers.
Fair enough.
Let's see if there's any survivors first.
Okay.
So you will have to pick either A2 or B2 to primarily travel from there.
B2.
I mean,
Thick
A2.
Yeah.
I think B2 to A3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that
So
would
we
have more cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Approach,
so.
yeah.
B2 there is a little more forested, a little sort of less out in the open.
Yeah, might
So
be
yeah, just
easier to approach
this
that
way you're sort of traveling.
Would
Lock it
TC, would you want to take a quick gander to B3 just to see if you can get anything of A4, B4, C4, like before we light up this tower?
Again, it might take a lot of time to make our ways into the tree, climb a tree to see more.
Let's not. Let's stay focused, I think.
Okay.
When you were looking out that way, not that you couldn't climb a tree, but there wasn't as readily available a vantage point like the one you just came down from. Like, so you maybe wouldn't be able to see as much as you were able to see from up there. That was sort of the thing.
Finding a vantage point would take more time.
Yeah.
than what it did here.
Oh, I'll also say that I've also heard news that these goblin raiders have been messing with caravans as they come to and from Brunkhollow. If they've taken any kind of imports, could be nice to have a little reward. So when we're blowing shit up, just take a look around.
Again, we say I've been hearing some verbiage around hitting hard and blowing up.
Exploding it.
No,
Making
no.
a humongous
That's the thing is I think
ruckus.
this is a bit more of a slow burn, as in start a fire that they have to deal with.
Okay.
And that takes their focus and energies.
Oh, you want to literally start a fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good we're getting this all out now.
Oh, right. I thought we were just.
We're not attacking
Okay.
so much as I'm sneaking up with a
Sabotage.
flask of
But
oil.
you thought what I thought, right?
I actually did think what he thought.
Never mind.
But I would usually be on the same
We'll see if that opportunity presents itself. Perhaps we'll end up throwing fists.
Okay.
Just also as a point of you would know this and not to sort of set you up for failure, there might need to be some combination because like throwing a flask of oil and lighting it, that's not it's not gonna go up in flames in 10 seconds. Like
Yeah.
people who are inside will have time maybe to
Yeah.
get out, or so you might have some combination of smoking them out and so just so you're not thinking like, light it and the whole thing. It's just
Molotov cocktails.
unlikely.
All right. Well,
We'll see.
let's go.
B2.
Heading east.
Me too.
Dox is like, I've gridded it out in my head, and I would like to go.
Like
B2.
All right. We head in that direction. In the area to the east, there's an abundance of plant life, but the trees aren't quite as packed as they kind of looked a little further south from where you are. They're not so packed that you can't get a clear view in sort of most directions that you're passing through. Change up the music. You trek into this next region, and it comes with the feeling of kind of being swallowed up by the hills, because this is a very low-lying land, both compared to where you just came from. Further to the north, there's the rising hill that you know that they were boring into, as they were doing their mining. And then off to your right, further to the south, there's that kind of mountainous terrain as well. So you're kind of here stuck in the middle of all these sort of larger rising terrains and things. You see these vales that you're walking through with very soft earth and a very seemingly permanent petrichor smell, even though it's been a while since it rained, a very earthy kind of scent in your nostrils. Though there aren't any notable structures, points of interest here that you were able to see, certainly from up above, and now that you're in the region, you don't see anything of that kind. It's very obvious right away that this area is used as a throughway for the goblins. The soil and the grass is very churned up and tamped down in several places across these fields. And not just footprints either. You see wheel tracks, you see boar hoof prints, you see some larger flat indentations that look like they might have been made by a person sort of dragging a sled of some kind, so whether to move kind of materials back and forth or something. There's a spectrum of tracks coming in all the way from the northwest to the northeast, coming in from that direction. But as you continue to walk through, you do notice that those paths converge into a very heavily trafficked course that leads roughly kind of east-southeast, sort of down there past that sort of rocky mountainous terrain. It's not exactly toward that mountain, but it loosely follows the sort of exterior circumference of it until it heads roughly kind of further in the direction of one of those other regions. With enough vegetation and boulders around to duck behind if needed, you do feel comfortable pressing forward. It's not like there's nowhere to hide if something were to come through very quickly. But you are very aware that, a band of miners or a raiding party or something could come marching through at any moment here, especially with all the tracks that you're seeing. So you never kind of take a step without checking for the nearest source of cover. So you guys are moving through here. I need everybody to give me stealth checks.
Armor stealth checks.
Yes.
All right, stealth checks. You first.
A natural 20, let's go.
Oh, come on, Illien.
The first one was good.
Waiting for this one.
16.
16. Morna?
That is a 12.
12. Okay.
Say it.
It's a 1.
Natural.
It's a nat 1.
One.
Yeah. And a 17 and a
Double
1.
16 for a 21.
Wow, with-
You guys, the doubles, my theory,
Yeah.
it's all.
crazy.
Listen.
But it is a 2 total.
No, it's not. It's not.
You wish it was a 2.
Yeah.
Cancel out by TC's natural.
Please.
You guys trek through here, and there isn't too much to discover. You see the tracks visible plain as day beneath your feet. Sort of just watching them to see which directions they go in. It's hard to get a gauge of numbers or anything like that because it seems like they come through through here so frequently that you can't even separate the separate trips. You're able to see as you're moving through, occasionally off to your left, the watchtower peeking up above the tree line. You catch a glimpse of it here and there, just making sure that you're never in a spot where you're kind of out in the open, where if someone was up there, they'd be able to see you. And as you start to move a little closer in, you sort of curve to the northeast there. And you start to move up in the direction of the tower itself. TC, give me a perception check with advantage because of your natural 20.
Nice.
24.
Sister.
TC's walking along, and you see TC stop. And there's like a rumbling beneath your feet.
They're coming. They're coming along the path right now. We need to find cover immediately.
Okay. I'm gonna get.
And to the sides, like whichever is a thicker edge.
You feel that rumbling beneath your feet, and you're able to discern, which you sort of were right off the bat, is that it doesn't sound like a slow, like big creature, like stomp. It sounds like dozens of tiny footsteps.
Oh my god.
Does it?
And I need everybody to give me stealth checks as you dive amongst
If I dive into a bush and I'm holding still, is it with disadvantage?
You got to make it with disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
However, they're producing quite a bit of noise. So
Okay, yeah.
helped by that a little bit there.
Please let this be collective. 29.
13.
13,
19.
19,
Okay.
6.
6,
17.
17.
Well, that's pretty good.
Listen, that's pretty.
Except for you. You suck.
I do suck.
TC turns around and you see, prone sometimes to not taking TC seriously, but he looks you in the eyes and you can see the immediacy. And immediately, no questions asked. People duck into shrubbery bushes behind trees, and just in that moment, dozens of hog footsteps as boar riders kicking up dust, all the soil around you. Everybody's sort of hovering along the line here, you can hear them going by, and there's a good kind of 30 seconds where they go by. There might be 12, 15 of them.
Matt, would you say that they're in a line?
Deirdre.
Good answer.
Well, that no was the correct.
All right, fine.
TC, give me with the strength of that stealth check as well. Give me a perception check. You opportunistically sort of quickly gave a peek just to see kind of what was coming by there.
14 perception.
The only thing I would say is with that, you do not see, simply because you were able to look because the last time you saw Boar Riders, you do not see the leader that was there last time. So you don't know who's heading this kind of raiding party here of Boar Riders, but you do not see that guy in particular.
And no one that looks like a
No,
leader.
and no one who looked like, you know, someone of that group or looks like a leader. Yeah, so there's a lot of kind of... and slowly...
And they're going to the tower or past it?
They were going kind of from the southeast and then curving toward where you just came from, like the rocky spires there.
Okay.
So not heading towards the tower.
Okay.
So they head kind of behind you in a kind of lateral way.
Coming from the big mountain?
Not directly from there, but
Okay.
loosely in that
I see,
direction. Yeah.
Could we? They didn't sound like they were shouting to each other. It was
There was a little shouting and hoopla.
like
I hear
Give me a
you.
perception check. Yeah. Sure.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
In the goblin tongue.
It's gonna be a 13.
13. Nothing substantial, just shouts of like, kind of loosely translated to kind of, yeah, like here we go, keep up, that kind of thing. Like, come on.
yeah, but not like with the urgency of attack formation of some
No,
kind, or
not like that.
or alarm.
No, it did not seem like,
Okay.
it didn't seem like they were responding to an alarm call or something like that. Like,
We're gonna get those fuckers. Yeah. Okay. The dust doesn't have settled.
you wait even past when you can no longer hear them, people start to move in TC motions and you wait for that vibrating of the earth to stop.
All right. I was able to see that it seemed as though there were no leader with them, either the one we saw or the other.
Good.
Good work, TC.
Did you not feel it through your feet and legs, woman?
Almost have no sensation in my feet anymore.
I mean, you were able to feel it, but only when it got much closer. Like TC was able to detect it from quite a distance away.
Those piggies.
Oh, the
Oh,
hogs, yeah.
Yes, the hogs.
Seems like the direction they came from might be
Yes,
where
my-
we head to.
Yes,
Should we
yes.
skip the tower and just head there?
What if they come with reinforcements? I think we should do the tower and
Yeah,
be off.
the tower's
All right, yeah.
Thinning their numbers is a good thing.
All right.
All right. To the tower.
A little renewed conviction here, and you start to head in that direction.
3.
Nice.
Thanks, Doc.
And as you guys start to head towards there, that is where we are going to take a break.
Okay.
Very nicely done. Bring this up one more
Oh
time.
my
you guys
God,
are doing
so
an excellent
cute.
job
Yeah, it's
filling
very
out the
cool.
terrain here.
Thank you.
Great idea.
I am
you
doing a
guys
great
are
job.
heading in this direction here. Giant Ace approaches the tower.
Giant inside.
So yeah, we will look to continue to fill it out, see if we can locate the camp itself. But before then, doing a good job kind of thinning out the numbers, making sure that no threats are going to kind of come for backup. And that's what we're going to pick up.
Say that the 3 we killed were like a 10th of? Did they feel like a 20th?
As they were dying, they were like, oh, there's only 30!
Please, every time they die, they count it down from they're like 31, 30, 36.
No, they just have numbers painted on.
Yeah.
All right, that is where we're going to take a little break. We'll pick up right back up there, and we'll see what kind of tower they got working for them here in the downwheel.
Go.
Do it. Good luck on the Brunkhollow Powerball. The Bio Powerball.
Stay here. Follow, subscribe, like, then comment. In that order, follow, subscribe, like, then comment.
In that order.
Welcome back, everybody, to chapter 29 of Brunkhollow. We are very much in the thick of the goblin hunt and hopefully about to take out one of their bastions here, one of their watchtowers, to lessen the reinforcements that swarm in when we attack the main camp. But before we get to that...
Beard acknowledge, resubscribe. Mutant Drumsticks, 25 stream streak. Nectus Rock, 5 stream streak. Sir Hang Kong, 5 stream streak. That random Twitch guy, resubscribe. Longshot, resubscribe. Call Drum of 25 stream streak. CW Mild, 5 community subs. Thank you so much. Soulkeeper, resubscribed. Helljack, resubscribed. Bankrupt Tub, resubscribed. Tree of Life, resubscribed. Helljack, 324 bits. This one always gets me. Release the Elf, resubscribed. Vexelon, resubscribed. Vexelon, 100 bits. Sir Gara, resubscribed. Thank you so very much. Nerf Master 09, reach 3 streak. Nerf Master, resubscribed. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You're gonna see me.
You're the best.
Alrighty. You enter now into an area that seems to quickly alternate between clumps of trees and some more open, rocky fields. And you give the goblins some credit for positioning one of their watchtowers in a spot that's very difficult to approach without being spotted, dashing through these fields. If you can get close enough, the hill that it sits upon has enough of an overhang that you could reasonably hide at the base of it without being detected. But getting there in the first place is no picnic. Occasionally you'll see a goblin head peer out from over the railings on the upper level of the watchtower, so there's definitely people there. It's being manned. Though getting a precise count on the number of occupants, you might have to kind of wait and observe or sort of get closer for a better vantage point. The structure is built entirely of wood, so it has the usual vulnerabilities, though the thought that crosses your mind to set it ablaze is possible, but also a fire of that size would be awfully visible, as, other people, in this hill area would definitely see that fire from a distance. Alternatively, infiltration is an option. But such a course of action would strongly benefit from maybe some kind of distraction, otherwise you're relying on very opportunistic dashing from tree to tree, which could be possible, but is also just maybe wishful thinking for some of the more ironclad warriors in the party. So they are peering at their screens, and I'm going to show what we're all looking at here.
Is that the only wooden structure? Is the main one on the top, or are there other smaller wooden structures anywhere else?
The watchtower, that appears to be the structure. So you guys are coming in.
Jesus.
You guys are coming in from this direction. So you're looking up at it, and here's it's sitting up on this little hill here.
Oh, yeah.
And it has kind of an openish field around it, but there is this kind of lip. There's even kind of a little pool of water in there. But yeah, it has this kind of overhang lip. And then you did see a goblin kind of come out on this little balcony here to sort of take a peek out a couple times. So you guys are still a little bit further in the distance, but you're able to at least discern this. So that's what you're looking at. And you can talk freely. You're not close enough that at some point.
I mean, I don't really care how we approach this thing, because if they come to us or we come to them, either way we're killing them,
As long I'm just worried if up top they'll have some sort of horn or something, and there'll be a lot more on our heads.
Yes, I say that we try a stealthy approach. It looks like we might be able to go along a tree line towards that overhang underneath, and there may even be, the way that they tunneled up through the top of that tower, there may be a way to get from that pool up into the tower, possibly.
You think there's a path directly upwards?
It's directly upwards, but
Maybe worth investigating. For
maybe
sure.
like a escape hatch down type thing.
All right.
I don't know.
Would it be
Approaching the, we probably can't see those stairs at the back at this point there. But.
You can't see the stairs themselves, but I would say you can see lots of footprint tracks leading around. So it seems like the way to get up on top of the hill is visible to you. It seems like you go around the back to get up on the hill there.
Going the most obvious way to the right there might be spotted more than either going towards that overhang or climbing up on the left.
Right.
Is there any kind of blind spot? If someone's looking off the balcony and you're climbing up?
Good. Hard to
Like
tell from
directly
here.
underneath. Other than that, you can't.
All right.
So maybe we take a couple minutes, watch how often they come out onto the balcony, and then if it's long enough time, they can back up. We rush in stealthily, but see if there's some kind of.
Again, are we rushing along the main path, or are we rushing along the woods here and then trying to climb?
Probably just trying to get under like toward the water,
Yeah.
so they can't see, and then we could investigate if there's that
Skinny
tunnel.
along the side.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
At the bottom of the sort of bluff there, like down on the ground, how far away is
From what?
From us or the ground of the tower?
the ground here up to the tower? How far?
Like if you were climbing?
No, from like the sorry, I'm not
The
clear.
fall?
From the south, like straight up looking, like if I were to fly a bird,
Oh.
how big would that be?
150 feet from the edge of this map to
To the lip there, not to the tower.
yeah, to the edge of the cliff.
Can you fly? Is that what you're about to show us? That you
Is
can
there a
fucking fly
lightning
too?
bolt range or?
Well, lightning bolt is 120,
Oh my god.
Ooh.
and it catches things on fire.
It does.
Sneak a wee bit closer. I think that's a great idea.
I love it.
Ace doesn't know that. I really think he doesn't.
I say we get a little closer.
All right, we'll go a little closer.
Scoot a little bit closer. Everybody give me stealth with advantage, regular stealth for those who have this advantage.
Talon.
22.
22.
Oh no! Why does it keep happening?
Doxley.
19.
One.
see
Natural
it?
one or a dirty natural one?
Holy shit.
Dirty, nasty.
I think it's lightning time.
It does seem like it. It does seem like it might be time for a distraction.
You guys start to creep a little bit closer, and again, you find yourself sometimes having to look up and like skittering between the trees just because there's sometimes these gaps between the little clusters of trees each time. And one time, as Doxley is she watches Illien sort of go over, starts to move, and falls to the ground there, and then picks herself back up and moves through. And in that moment, TC, you kind of look up, and someone kind of give me a perception check.
14.
As he peers out over the edge, you're unable to discern any kind of features of him in particular, but he walks over to this corner of the balcony. So this one right, yeah, here. Oops, let me get above here. This corner of the balcony.
Yeah.
He kind of walks slowly over in that direction, puts his hand on something, and puts the other hand kind of on a little metal latch or something. And as he does that, you peer out and you see and it looks like there's a bird inside a cage there on the side there.
Okay.
And he's like thinking about opening the side of the bird cage.
Everyone stay still for a minute. I don't think we've raised the alarm, but they are on high alert now.
He continues to kind of
Step carefully, everyone, please.
I'm trying to
So possibly some kind of bird that they can set free that might, fly to warn others or something.
I think it's worth taking out.
The bird.
Yes, there's a bird up there. We have to kill that bird.
Keep saying about birds. you guys
Something you're not understanding.
You guys are finally catching on.
How
These
far are
goddamn
we now
birds.
from?
We'll say you guys are now sort of lingering on the edge here, so you're another, 80 feet from the base there. You're like in the tree line here and here.
Morna's gonna say, I have a ring that is very powerful.
All right.
Gives me the ability to cast a lightning bolt at an object.
Got a ring, huh?
Indeed, Ms. Tyrun.
Nice.
Whatever you've got, I think it pertinent to fucking light that thing ablaze once we get close enough. And make sure you favor the corner with that bird in it.
That was what I was thinking.
Do you need to be a little closer?
I do. I wonder if perhaps I go out straight up in the open.
I think
And
there's
then-
a little bit more trees we could use as cover to get a little closer.
I was just wondering as a distraction.
Well, somebody else should be the distraction while you are the one that gets close enough to use that special ring unless you'd like to hand that ring off.
No.
I would like to keep that ring. Thank you, though.
Excellent.
That is a kind offer.
You don't think you can step out, use your ring, and immediately get the bird and then eliminate that possibility?
I definitely could do that, but what if they have another bird?
I will look for other birds as I creep a little closer.
Okay, let's creep a little closer.
I'm staying right fucking here.
You'd please do that.
I will also stay right here.
I'll go close.
Yeah,
I'll
anyone
go
creeping closer? Give me a
Favor
stealth.
those.
Give me a stealth check.
Still with advantage?
Regular.
Or?
No, now that you're closer, regular.
Dirty 20.
13.
13.
Oh, hell yeah. That is a 22.
Nice.
Excellent.
While they're moving, Illien's gonna say, not that I don't trust Morna, but I didn't see any new rings on her hands. I don't think that lightning bolt's come from a ring.
Maybe it's on her toe.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm wearing the ring that I took from Doxley.
Yeah, but
Nuh-uh.
you didn't
that
have the
wasn't a ring.
ring.
That was a bracer.
You
I have a bracer and a ring.
I gave you a ring.
Oh, okay.
But the ring, you weren't wearing the ring when I first saw you cast the lightning bolt.
No.
Yeah.
So, TZ, you were saying like along here?
Yeah.
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 Here, let's get you guys on the map here.
That was for Ace's benefit. I know you fuckers have already seen me do it.
Ace. Okay.
Now, how far away from that tower?
So yeah, well, you guys are able to kind of creep up to the edge of this little space here.
So cute.
Yeah.
We're adorable.
Now you are about 50 feet from the edge, and the tower's about 100 feet away. Sort of at
And
a
the
very-
corner where I saw that bird is.
Yeah, about 100, 110 feet away from.
Ooh, doggy. Now. Can I see the bird? Could I make an attack on the bird?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 26.
You can see the bird.
28.
You can definitely see the bird.
Yeah,
It's in, if you think of like a classic bird cage that has like wire sort of coming down from the top.
Yeah.
It's not quite like that. It's almost like a mesh. Like it's clearly meant to keep the bird more protected.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a tough shot. It would it has a high AC. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it has it would be threading the needle of the cage. But
And unseen attack.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no. But yes, it looks like the cage, is protective in a way that to make sure the bird doesn't escape, So it's,
All right. I'm close enough to take a shot towards that bird. It might be worth doing something as splashy as lightning to start off, and then I can hold my shot for when they either react to that or the mesh is burned away or the bird escapes somehow. And then
Should
if
I
it's not killed,
shoot the lightning at the bird?
you should shoot it at the tower with the bird in sight.
I'd like to put it at someone as well, not just hit the tower.
Maybe the corner of the tower with the bird?
You want to get even closer, is what you're saying.
No, I'd like to aim it at a goblin.
Take a look up. Do we see any
there's still
goblins?
someone on the
He's-
balcony
he's
there.
Still there?
Yep. Illien and Doxley, give me a perception check.
Oh shit. Come on, which one do I use?
Okay, 14.
7.
So Illien, you notice that you guys are hovering kind of back here. Let's put Doxley.
In the bush.
Yeah, in the bush. And
Feels kind of bad to shoot a lightning bolt not at a bunch of people.
So you guys are sort of hiding in the underbrush there. You guys have the angle here, which they don't because they crept up a little closer. But it looks like, possibly because they spotted something, there are just some people creeping a little closer over here.
I say we just fucking rush it. I say we just fucking rush it.
Sure, 2 of those. Great, yeah. So it seems you can see them. They're not like casually walking. They're sort of creeping forward, spears in hand, because it seems like they've gotten the word that something might be out there. So they're a little further up here, and they're creeping down in this direction during this time.
Can I see where the group is one more time?
Yeah, they're just a little. They're just a little off this way from where you are. If you went, psst, they could hear you, but you'd have to be careful about. But. You don't hear him.
Damn it.
You hear it sort of.
I point off in the direction.
Can I crawl up, peek out, and sort of see them? Or is that
They have
will I
not
risk-
emerged yet. So where you guys are, they're just behind the cliff there.
Ah,
You
I
cannot see them from there because they haven't gotten far enough yet.
Oh my god.
Well, let's get this thing cooking.
I know you'd like
Zappy
to.
zap?
I know you'd like to line up as many as you can, but what better distraction than something that could be natural or unnatural?
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
What if I got the 3 goblins approaching and you got the bird?
But we gotta hit the tower.
All right, never
We
mind.
want
I'll do
the
it.
tower to light on fire.
All right, I
and-
gotcha. I'll cast lightning on that guy.
DC's like grabbing the.
So there is a goblin.
I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna get my longbow ready to shoot at the 3 that are approaching.
Cool. I'll have my javelin.
The idea of lining up.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to line people up, but okay.
How many times can you do this?
I got one more after this.
Oh my god.
We're about to meet a bunch of them.
Okay, so stepping out,
I will step up and.
you feel that sort of warm chewing of magic in your chest. All of the lightning crackling up the side of the cliff here, and you're aiming it kind of for the guy and he's probably, it's what, 5 feet wide, right? So if he's kind of over here, you might be able to hit him and the bird.
Yeah. And
I'm
then
gonna use.
anything that's like flammable around it lights on
Yes,
fire.
yep. So you do have to, it doesn't have like infinite height, it's sort of a crackling beam.
Yeah.
So it might kind of set the balcony on fire. It might
Yeah.
not set the whole tower on
Yes,
fire, but yes, it might set a portion of the balcony on fire. And what did you want to say?
I mean, if she's starting, it's obvious that that's happening. I might try to very quickly run to the top of this little area.
like over here?
No, like
The bluff.
Like
the
here?
yeah,
cliff
northwest.
there.
Yeah, to
Okay.
kind of scramble up to the top of that so that I have an even a clearer shot up towards there.
Oops, that's Morna out there. TC up here. Great.
I want to really watch Morna.
Give me
I'm gonna use the
Lightning
finger that has
trick.
my ring. Just for
a perception check and give me a perception check.
Perception?
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy, Deirdre.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That is a deception, you said? Ooh, that's not good. That's a 5.
I got a 12.
12. You see, as she goes up, there's a little pageantry involved in the hands, but when the lightning finally is released, there's just this sort of pulse and coursing of energy that comes through, and none of it seems. You've seen some people cast a little magic before, and when someone uses their hand to cast, it sort of shoots out of the hand, and that is not the case in this instance. The whole coordinate area around her fills up with this sort of crackling energy, and she directs it up toward the balcony there. Go ahead and.
Oh man, Kelly's taking notes on that one. I don't like it. Hand me all your.
It's a 10 and an 11. What is your? It's gonna be your save, your ability save. DC.
Is it
How many?
12?
So they both fail.
Fail. I will
many do
take
you need?
those. I need 8, I think. Right?
Kids going.
8d6.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
8d6.
Wow. Ooh, hear that clamor.
See, and it's like it just feels bad to do it on one goblin. You know what I mean?
Or
And the
one
building.
bird.
Well, the
Or-
building
and
will
one
take
bird.
damage.
Yeah.
You pitched it. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
My kids did a good job. They did. That is 8. Plus 13. Plus, so that's 19, 20, 28.
28.
Nice.
I'm holding,
That's my dinosaur.
keeping eyes on the cage to see if the cage, gets
Gets like fried.
fried. Yeah, if it looks like it's completely fried, or if it,
Put some kind of light
gives
effect.
way.
Oh yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Fire!
Oh yeah.
As the edge of it begins to catch on fire there. So as soon as the lightning settles, TC is looking up and you're sort of trying to look through the crackling and the fire, some of the smoke's rising. The goblin you see, he's kind of saw the lightning coming, gets engulfed and then slumps over the railing and falls to the ground below in a heap. So that one got fried.
Nice.
And give me a perception check.
Gonna keep a goblin tally.
Ooh, nice.
21.
21. You see the cage kind of get engulfed, and then the cage door kind of limply flings open, and a dead bird falls out the cage.
Killed the bird.
I don't know.
I need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Alrighty.
All right.
Got the same thing.
Okay. 20 to 25.
One day, maybe.
Yeah, maybe one day.
15 to 19. Doxley's got
Sorry, I
a...
haven't rolled the
That's
goblins
okay.
yet, but
Doxley's got a 17.
Nice.
10 to 14.
14.
I have a 14.
Oh my god,
What's your
y'all.
dexterity modifier?
Probably plus 2.
Mine's +4.
+1.
Okay, so then
TC.
TC, Ace.
And me.
All with 14s?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys.
That's crazy. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay. And Morna, what did you get?
I got a 9. But I already took out a lot of stuff. Nobody should yell at
You
me
roll
for
here
being late in
for-
combat.
So there's 2 categories of goblins here.
Two categories.
So we're gonna call them goblin scouts.
Okay.
That is a 16.
Okay.
And then Goblin Engineer is the other one.
Whoa.
Engineer.
And that
I got a
was an
PhD
8.
in engineering.
There you go.
Okay, he's dead last. I'll hit you with it in a second.
You engineers. You got little
All right.
contraptions.
You ready?
Yes.
Doxley,
Doxley.
Scouts,
Scouts.
TC, Ace,
Who's going first there? TC and then Ace.
then Ace, then Illien. And then Morna. And then the engineer.
Huge.
Notch.
Huge.
Actually, a huge initiative order.
Okay, so I will say that Doxley and Illien from the trees there, you can see there's that stream of lightning, and all 3 of them sort of immediately look around, and they start to kind of run
Run
in your
toward me, Daddy.
Yeah, kind of run in your direction because they're kind of waiting to see where the source of the lightning is.
Okay.
Okay, Doxley, we're gonna have you first. You are here way back at the line.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of guys in the distance that are approaching. What do you do?
Did they run any closer, you say?
They are running, yeah, because
Okay, how far are they from me right now?
pretty far, but
Nice.
about 150 feet.
Oh.
Okay, let's move up 30. How do they look, what weapons are they holding?
Short bows, and they
Okay.
have spears as well. Like they seem to have a ranged and a melee option if they choose to.
Okay. Then if they're approaching, I think I'm gonna try to just bridge the gap but stay in cover. So, full dash. Let's go like northwestish, like toward the water.
Like this way,
Yeah.
30 feet.
Like yeah, trying to almost like making them round the corner, I guess, to get vision. of them.
Sure, yeah, 30 feet. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, great.
Doesn't get you too far.
All right, that'll be my turn.
Okay.
All right.
That's gonna take us scouts.
Scouts.
All right, these 3 are going to make sure I have the right thing. Okay, they're
Now
going
this track
to.
is killer.
Very cool.
I think they have. Oh no, disengage your hide, but not dash. Okay, so they're gonna go 30 forward.
Okay.
Group there. And they are going to use their short bows here as they watch Doxley sort of. You're right now the only one they can see. As far as they can tell, one person just came roaring out of the bushes there. So all 3 of them grab their little short bows and start to.
Okay.
A number of arrows flying through the air.
Let's go.
So they have. Let me see the distance here. Okay, that one. Oh, yeah, wow, just barely.
Damn it.
None of them.
Yeah, 80
Wow.
feet exact. 80 feet is the cutoff for not advantage. there.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so these are all regular.
So you get 5 less feet of movement.
Yeah.
It's okay, you're fast, you're evasive.
16 to hit.
No.
22 to hit.
Yes.
Another 16 to hit.
No.
So just one of those.
Okay.
So that's 1 hit, and they multi-attack. So 2 shots here with the short bow. 13 to hit.
No.
23 to hit.
Yes.
15 to hit.
No.
So just 2 hits
2
total.
hits, yeah.
Right. Ooh, crapo. That is 3 damage and then 3 damage. So double ones.
Double one.
Great.
Couldn't
so
tell who
piercing
that was
damage.
Crapo for.
Yeah.
Kind of nicked by a couple of those short bow shots.
Come on!
Yeah, and they look like they're going to be charging further.
Love it.
In addition, so that's the scouts there. Yeah, let's give them. I kind of gave them different appearances, but we're going to give them. Replace this guy with the same for consistency's sake. In addition to that, you guys maybe can't hear this. You can hear some doors opening and closing, kind of up by the top. And there are indeed a couple additional. Is that the right guy? Nope, not that guy. That guy. There we go. That's our scout. A few more have charged out. Okay. All right. That's the scout's turn.
All right, next up TC, followed by
TC,
Ace.
you're up.
All right. So I am from that. I can't see those scouts that just came out.
You could hear like some shouting and doors flying open, people moving down the stairs.
Do I have sight of those 3 on the ground down here?
Let's find out.
Just barely.
Nope, not quite.
Okay. Damn. I'm gonna. My view of the tower right now, like if anybody else came out into that balcony, I would see them.
You'd be able to see the balcony, yes, but that you don't know if that's like the only entrance or anything. You could see a staircase. I'd say you caught a glimpse of something coming down the staircase on this side.
Oh,
'cause you
really?
could see that, yeah. So someone came. At least one person came down that staircase there.
Okay. Fuck. All right. If I see Doxley getting peppered, I can see her at least getting peppered from.
Yes,
the
and you saw
side.
some arrows.
All right. So I'll kind of slide down and come back down to ground, going east.
You're 30.
You got 25.
Or 25 with the 25.
25. I will cunning action. Oh no! I will regular dash into the trees just north here.
Like right here.
Yeah. Do a quick check on that.
Oh no!
Do you fall prone?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Where did you want to end up? So you were.
I wanted to be in the edge of the tree so that when
Like
they
right
came around
here?
the corner, I'd be kind of hidden.
Okay, so you dashed here and then fell prone.
How much movement did I just use?
15, and then you just fell prone. So you have half your movement left.
Well, of 25.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
So I don't have enough to get up right now.
Yes. You are prone, kind of in the bushes over here.
My God! Run
Wait.
in the bushes.
That was my regular dash.
Yep.
If I cunning action dash,
To give yourself extra movement.
stand up.
Yes. Then you just can't hold an action.
Then
but
I
yeah.
can't hold it.
Yep.
up. Oh no, I'll just stay there and hold a shot for the first thing I see.
Okay, great.
Come around the corner. That was deliberate.
I did that on purpose.
There's a little bit of a rock lip there, but you'll be able to see something coming
shit.
down there.
Okay.
I mean, it's just,
Yeah, just
I'll bait him.
holding a shot for the next thing that I see.
Bait him out.
All right, Ace, you've been rearing to go.
Let's go.
You two were able to sort of see some scampering goblins coming down the stairs, so you know there's more on the way. You saw the arrows flying in toward Doxley, so you're aware of some of the action that's taking place here.
Will 25 feet of movement get me towards Doxley? I
It
think
will
that
get
might
you about
be-
halfway to Doxley.
Okay, I'll just take a dash, and yeah. Just
All the way
follow-
to Doxley, basically.
Yeah, I mean, as much dash, that's just 25, right?
This is another 25.
Yeah.
So that's your movement and your dash there.
Yeah,
Yep.
so just use my
All right, sort of shoulder to shoulder there, facing off against the Domins in the distance. You now, for the first time, kind of get a look at them. They're all they're on the run, like firing as they're moving.
Keep an eye out for birds. If anyone sees the birds, point them out to me.
Okay. Bonus
Illien.
action, anything?
Oh, sorry.
Are you good on Ace? Bonus action?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Illien.
Illien.
Having my longbow out, I'm just gonna get low and go for the one that's furthest up.
Cool. What's your regular range on that?
150.
50. Okay, yeah. You can hit the person there.
All right. Okay, 16 to hit.
16 will miss.
Okay.
Less to do with the amount of armor they're wearing. They're wearing a little bit of loose chainmail, but they're also very nimble. You can see they see the arrow coming and just dodges out of the way.
All right.
Interesting.
We go with a longbow, grab my greatsword, and then just tall 30 towards. That direction is great.
Okay.
Yep. And
You can take a second shot with the longbow.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can always multi-attack.
That is
It doesn't matter the type of
true.
weapon.
amazing! I'll do that again.
Yeah.
All right.
You got it.
Come
As
on.
you're running forward.
Come on, buddy. Oh, how about a 18?
18 will hit.
All right.
17 or
Perfect.
18.
So you sort of slide up to that fallen log there, go over the top.
All right, perfect. That's 4 piercing damage.
4 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Hey.
Excellent.
Yep. And then
Okay.
I will try to swap out like between this turn and next turn, just stowing the long.
Yeah, you can do that. We're not too strict about weapon swapping.
All right, Morna.
All right, Morna, you're up. Just unleash that energy. You can feel your...
Yeah. Perfect. Fucking great.
It doesn't feel like you're about to pass out. There's just like a lot of adrenaline coursing through you at the moment.
For sure. Where I'm gonna dash. Fuck.
And I will reiterate, but you too saw that there was people like coming down the stairs, up at the balcony there.
Yeah.
You can see some of the fire.
If I climb, does that hurt my movement speed?
It's half movement because it's difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Basically the equivalent of.
You didn't attune to that bracer, did you?
No.
Unbelievable.
Curious.
I'm gonna I'll run my full movement up to the cliff straight ahead of me basically. And then
To
start
the
climbing.
north here, like this way?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so 40 feet gets you about
seems-
there. And then you're dashing.
Yeah.
So another 20 to the base.
Uh-huh.
That gives you 20 left, so you can go 10
10
up.
up.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
Alright.
it's pretty hard for the people above me to see me, right?
Yes, it would be
Okay.
very difficult for someone to put.
Yeah.
Because there's even kind of it goes out like a little bit too.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot then. I'm just
Great.
trying to climb.
You see, TC, as you're kind of in the bushes, you hear behind you, you look over.
All right.
Okay, who's next?
Join you.
The engineer.
Engineers, great.
Where are they?
I don't know.
So we have.
They're in the engineering room.
Yeah.
Is it always
Kind of in the.
I've been working on the
like a back.
railroad.
Yeah, we're the side here. There's supposed to be an opening here, but there's not, because I'm a fool and I forgot to. Yes, there's an opening in the interior here. There we go.
Oh.
Open that up a little bit.
They blow
pretend
the
it's
back-
a door.
yeah.
Pretend it's So a couple creatures are gonna emerge here. Let's give them a different look. Does this one have like a? Yeah, sure. That looks kind of funny.
Oh, I love
That
him.
is there.
Does he have a eating tool? Oh,
It's like a little sickle, yeah.
Alright.
Addition to that,
sickle.
ooh, I forgot to. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Shout out to the community mods of.
Are you using Lord Ash's thing?
No.
Oh, never mind. I take it back.
Is there not one of those on there? Oh shit. So you can hear. Give me a perception check, and TC, give me a perception check. You're the two closest to the cliffs there.
27.
13.
13. A little harder because you're climbing, so the sort of sound of the rocks is blocking it. But TC lying there, sort of in the grass, waiting for his moment. You can hear everything that's kind of going up on there. Some goblin shouting. You can't understand because they're yelling in goblin, but it sounds like just sort of orders and yelling. In addition to that, you hear like
Oh no.
Big.
something on wheels being pushed, like a.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Perhaps a large bolt thrower of a kind.
And they're going to 30 feet.
Jump
Push.
off the edge.
Yeah. So now we're
Keep
just
going.
gonna give it a little quest marker there. Actually.
Oh, cute. That's so
Point of interest.
Oh my god.
And it indeed, peeking out over the edge, you see like the pointed tip of a
Oh
bolt
my
throw out, and there's a little
God,
ballista
no.
that they're wheeling out to the edge here, and you hear, and it throws one of the bolts.
Oh my
here.
god.
And it's going to be at Ace here.
Shit.
The closest one to the cliff side there.
Dodge with all your might.
Let's get the stats on.
catch you.
Let's get up there, Morna.
Yeah, we're climbing,
wreck
baby. They can't shoot me on the cliff.
Do you have anything as barbarian climbing? You go faster or anything like that?
I don't.
Okay.
My shit.
Yeah, second
Yeah,
story.
I don't have that.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
God damn it. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
He's probably gonna hurt.
A little bit. Maybe he'll roll once. Maybe he'll roll once. He'll probably roll
What
once.
is he looking for? What kind of dice is he looking for?
A D10.
It's a D10.
Oh, shit.
18 piercing damage.
Oh, fuck me. Oh my
And
god.
then it sticks into the ground next to you after sort of blowing by, and you can feel the blood kind of trickling down your arm. You look back up. So it took one of their action to fire it, and now the other one is sort of loading another bolt into it. So that's the two of them working in tandem to operate the ballista there. Okay, that takes us to Doxley.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was the wrong button. 1 second, sorry. All right, so how far are these guys from me now?
It's alright. It's
I think they
alright.
were like almost exactly 80. Yeah, 75, 80 feet there.
Okay, seeing that there's a ballista now, I'd like to hug this wall a little bit more.
Okay.
Is there a way I can get, toward that wall, but get within, 30 feet? That wouldn't make sense. Okay, 30 feet there.
You want to end up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And does that seem like a spot that the ballista would have a very hard time aiming at?
It is right on the edge. Yeah, I would say you have partial cover. You're not targetable, but with partial cover. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. And then
You can see over the top, kind of these bushes here. You can't see the leftmost one, but you can see those two.
okay, I guess I'll take a disadvantaged attack.
Okay.
For my
On the same one that Illien hit there already.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Bring it down.
Oh fuck yeah. 17 to hit.
That will hit.
17,
Hell yeah,
baby.
that's it.
Okay.
That's the one.
We like it.
Why is it higher than mine?
It's higher than mine.
They're quite nimble.
Let's go.
That's
higher than
8
mine.
piercing.
8 piercing, great. It's up to 12.
Cool. No. Okay, I'm gonna go again. Just
Great.
same guy. That's not gonna hit. That's a miss. That's like an 8.
Okay.
Sorry. I was
believe it.
defeated. I'm defeated. Okay, I think I'm gonna take.
Do we have your turn up here?
Her range of the javelin.
Yeah, the javelin.
It's very small. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Ace over here! And next is the scouts.
Okay. Scouts are going to close in a little bit here. If they get him within my sight. Yep. 30 feet, a little bit closer. So as they sort of come around, up until this point, they really had only seen Doxley and then Ace kind of peek out at the last moment, but now they can see a little bit of Illien kind of poking out from behind that tree there. They are within... that is within range. You want to take a shot at the same one they've been hurting?
Yeah.
Great, you may do
Am I an
that.
unseen attacker?
Give me a stealth check.
Come on.
19.
Big.
3 of them looking. Ooh, no, 17. Okay,
Nice.
unseen attacker.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Oh Jesus, 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Hell
Yep.
nice.
And aiming at that same one.
The same one.
Has sneak attack. Yeah.
Snuck attack. Holy shit. Oh no, two 1s and 2 6s. 12, 13, 14, 18 piercing damage.
18 piercing
Knock,
damage.
knock.
Great. And just as he sees the bolt coming, he takes out his bow to aim towards TC. Oh.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Help somewhere between 12 and 30.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Still the scouts.
That's still the scout's turn. Great. So that one got smoked there. These two didn't get close enough to do melee attacks, so they're going to take ranged attacks, and they are going to return fire at Illien here, assuming they're within range without disadvantage, which they are. Yeah. So they return.
All right.
Return fire here with some short bows. So this is 4 attacks, 2 volleys of 2.
Okay.
A natural 1, but the rest of these are pretty good. Dirty 20,
Yep.
19,
Yep.
and 18.
Yep.
Oh, those 3 hits?
Yeah. It's okay.
And that's just the first volley? Or?
No, that was all.
That was all.
That was all.
That's okay. This is where Heavy Armor Master. That's good.
Okay, yeah, so we'll do them individually. So, 7 piercing.
4.
4, 6 piercing,
3,
and
7.
6 piercing again.
7, 10.
So each of those, Illien kind of buckles down.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, that's those scouts. So then these ones are gonna kind of trickle down, 30 feet, and then dash another 30. Oops. We lost that one there. Come back.
He's dead. Oh, never mind.
He's dead.
He's gone.
And then another 30. I moved him part of the way. We'll say they're there-ish. Great. So they're sort of trickling down there. Okay, that's the scout's
All right,
turn.
TC.
TC, you're up.
Oh, Jesus. So 12 and a half feet to stand up. Yes?
We're not going to retcon it, but a reminder, you were prone, so you should have had a straight roll, not an advantage roll.
Oh.
Because you have disadvantage on attack rolls from the prone position. But that's okay.
All right. I need to stand up.
Standing up.
12 and a half
So
feet.
12 and a half feet to stand there.
Morna's behind me, but I can climb faster than her. Cunning action, hide. Would I conceivably be able to hide from the
They
other two?
know where exactly you're in the exact same spot you shot from, so you can try, but they will have advantage on any attempts to try and discern you.
Would I have sight of them if I went kind of straight north towards the cliff, kind of towards Morna? Would I still have sight of them if I climbed a little bit?
Like heading in this direction?
No, a little more east.
Like this way?
Yeah, that way.
So, well, 12 and a half.
Oh yeah,
It doesn't even get you to the lip there. I mean,
Shit.
12 and a half, you would still be able to see them there.
I can still see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
From like here? Yeah.
And-
in the trees.
And maybe a hide there, like.
Sure, you can
Okay,
try. I mean,
okay.
Not easy, I'll say.
Yeah.
Oh, my
No
friend.
way!
Yeah, that's
Anthony!
Natural one.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, that's a waste of a cunning action. Well, I'll take a regular ass shot at
Yeah,
them.
so you can shoot kind of normally with sharpshooter. You can. This would be partial cover, but you're shooting through the shrubbery here
Nice.
at
Oh,
this guy.
that's
Go for the
nice.
sharpshooter.
No, I'm not gonna take.
He doesn't
a
have to
minus
take
five.
the -5
Oh, okay.
I'm losing sharpshooter by
Yes.
getting a clean shot.
to not be affected by cover.
7 plus 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, but not sneak.
No sneak attack.
Oh, that sucks. 8 piercing damage.
Right.
Still pretty darn good.
Oh, that's my whole turn though. That sucks.
At some point, it will
You
be.
win some, you lose some.
Don't
There
you
we
have
go.
more movement?
Because I used full movement to stand up and move there.
Yeah.
Cunning
You're
action.
Kind
to
of in the
fail
trees
behind.
over here. You can see TC in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's it for
All
me.
right, Ace.
All right, Ace, you're up.
All right. Let's take my movement. I should be able to get right behind. I want to go like behind Doxley.
Sure. Yeah, that's 20 feet, so you have 5 left
I'll go
there.
5 more and like in that nook of bushes.
Great.
Perfect.
So excellent.
And then, I mean, I want to punch. I can't hold my action until they get closer, or
You could hold your action to if they get within melee range to,
Yes.
to hit them.
That's what I want to hold my main action for when they're in melee range, and then I want to bonus action second wind.
Great. Second wind.
Oh, we need it. That fucking ballista.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. Whatever. I'll take it.
Oh no.
Plus fighter level.
It's
yeah.
8. Yeah.
It's better than 7.
Okay, Illien.
All right.
And with Morna on deck here.
The tree to my right, how far is that?
35 feet.
Yeah. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, here's what I'm
Can't
gonna
wait.
do.
You gonna jump, boy?
I'm gonna keep the longbow out, and I'm gonna work on the same one that TC just shot at.
Okay.
So I'll take
Go
a
ahead. Yep.
shot. Ooh, 22.
All hits.
Okay. 1d. Okay, perfect. That's gonna be 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay, second attack.
Grazing him.
Oh boy, it's not gonna hit, right? 15.
15 will miss. Yep.
Yeah, so a whiff. And then I'm gonna take 10 feet of running toward that tree, a long jump, and see if I can get behind it.
Okay. What's your jump distance there?
19 feet.
19. So there, and then.
What if I run 20 feet?
Yeah. So here's another 10. Yep. And then 19 feet. Yeah, you can get kind of to it. You're not
Okay.
gonna get behind it, but.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay. Lurking in the woods there.
All right.
Cinematography.
Doc,
Yeah.
watch out above you. Sure, you're aware.
I saw it. Thank you.
All right, that's my turn.
All right,
You hear those engineers? They're not. So they're like, hey, ha, hey, whoa.
Santa's elf.
fucking love
Those
those guys.
little weird.
Morna, you're up.
Great. I'm just gonna keep on climbing. I'm gonna climb.
Okay, so movement and dash is 80, reduced down to 40.
40. Yeah.
So 40 feet.
Damn.
Right, getting close
Damn,
to the
woman,
top
crack
there.
on.
Yeah, you're close to the edge there.
Yeah. Actually, wait. And the engineers are here.
Or right here, yep.
then I don't want to go up higher for them. I want to move towards them.
Would you want to do that during your climb?
I'd like to go rather than just straight up. I'd like to
Sure.
start moving in their direction, but still.
So there's 40, and then let's go. Oops, don't bounce all over.
Dance around. Dance.
Make it a mountain.
There's a couple small gaps here. I need you to give me an athletics check because going laterally is a little more difficult. Still doable, but a little more difficult.
You're not raging, huh?
I'm not raging.
No, not raging.
Because I'm too far.
That was a really
That's
cool.
great. That's a 21.
Great. At one point, there's kind of a little gap between them, and you just listen for an opportunity.
Nice.
Right? Almost up to the top there.
How far am I from them now? Just so I know.
25.
Oh.
There's a little bit of climbing, so not just
What a
flat
turn.
25,
Okay,
but
cool,
yeah, 25.
cool. Okay, great.
All right, you guys look up and you see Morna like moving crosswise across the cliffside there.
Engineer.
All right, the engineers, having reloaded it,
Oh my god.
they're going
Hopefully
to. So there's cover shots of the people down below, but I think Illien's still pretty visible there. So they're going to turn the ballista in that direction.
Come on, buddy.
With open arms. Oh no.
Oh no.
24 to hit.
Yeah, just
Just barely.
20 piercing damage, reduced to 17.
Whoa.
Sort of knocked the bolt and sort of stuck partially into you and part into the tree trunk behind you. And throw it back down, and with two of them still, they're able to load it each turn, so the other one.
Morna's got this.
yeah.
All right, that is the engineers.
All right, Doxley.
Top of the lineup.
So how far are these guys from me now?
Kissing distance.
25, 30 feet.
Beautiful. Are any of those damaged?
Yes,
Yeah,
on the left, this
okay.
one.
The one that's damaged, I'm gonna go for a shot on it.
Okay. Little short range skirmish here.
11 to hit.
Oof.
Okay. I'm gonna take another javelin.
Okay.
Same. Wait, hold on, just really quickly.
Yes.
Range. No, wrong thing. Sorry. Again, bear with me. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, great. Yep, second attack.
2, 1, hit it. 3, 2, 1, hit it. Hit it now.
16 hit.
16, that's gonna miss.
Can I use a superiority die?
You can, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to add 1 to the roll.
So 17,
17.
that will hit.
Oh my god. Doxley!
I'm re-rolling that. I'm using Pierce to re-roll. Okay, so
Very
that's
nice.
9 damage.
9 damage, excellent. Up to 20.
Great. And then I'm going to also on that hit use trip attack. So
Okay.
can you make a strength saving throw for me, please?
Strength saving throw?
Yes, please.
Nothing add to that. 9.
Fails, so he is knocked prone.
Nice.
And that is my turn. I think I'm gonna once again just keep trying to hug this wall here.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'll turn to Ace. Go for it! I've started it for you.
Nice.
And that'll be it.
Okay. All right, that is the scouts. I am gonna do these ones first since they're just sort of easy movement. Where's that third one there? There he is.
It's like
I gotta do them separate, otherwise they're gonna go flying down the stairs there. How do I get? There we go. All right, 30 feet.
Oh, and I
Their
just
third.
realized. Oh yeah, I need to roll a superiority die for the trip attack. Sorry,
For extra damage.
for extra damage.
Great.
It's another
Wow.
fucking 1.
Wow.
I don't think I can
can't
use Pierce
re-roll
around.
Sorry.
Yeah, anyone? Is it anyone?
research time.
Let's see how it's phrased.
Yeah, how is Piercer phrased?
Let's find out. Did I use
Do you need me to
Piercer
read
on the initial attack as well? Yeah, I did.
It's
okay.
once per turn, right?
Maybe,
Is
I
that-
don't know. Let me You can keep going. I'll interrupt.
No, it's okay. Once per turn.
Okay,
yes.
great.
With an attack that deals piercing damage. So it needs to be the.
I mean, it's technically dealing piercing damage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but you just have to pick one or the other. You can't
Okay.
do both. Yeah,
Got
because
it.
once per turn. Yeah.
All right, so he just had another 1 damage.
He had another 1 damage there.
Are you serious?
No way! Yo!
21 HP there.
The javelin lands, and he goes like, oh, and like leans on it.
Yeah. He goes to pull it out, and then it's like.
That's wild.
That is awesome.
One more.
That's awesome.
Okay, we did those other scouts, and then this one's gonna come charging forward.
Oh.
Can I use
right
my
up.
held action? No?
You can, yes. Yeah, we hadn't gotten back around. Yeah, he's coming around with his spear to try and like find Doxley, and then you were ready. Go ahead and give me
Two
that.
punchies.
2 punchies.
Okay.
One punchy.
One punchy.
You can't hold a multi-attack.
Oh.
It has to just be one attack.
19.
That will hit.
Nice.
Yep.
Great. And then
Nice.
that's
nice.
gonna be 12 damage.
12. Nice. What a wallop. This guy comes around. Some goblin teeth go flying into the air. Sort of gets his bearings, and then. He's gonna try and take a couple stabs at you here.
Yeah.
2 scimitar stabs. 11 to hit.
No.
And 16 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
You take another 5 slashing damage.
Jesus.
And that's going to be the scout's turn.
All right, TC.
Alright.
All right.
In the shrubbery there.
In the shrubbery. Yeah, I'll take a shot here. Again, they know where I am as of right now. Hiding would be.
Yeah, because you took a shot from there. You need to. You could try and hide though if you want to. He's otherwise engaged.
Yeah, I'll cunning action. Oh, that's not a roll.
17.
25.
Okay.
So an advantaged shot in here. I will add 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
He will take a number of Ghostbusters now.
Goes.
5, 10, 14, 17, 21 piercing.
Wow.
Good
Oh, man.
night.
Once.
Yeah, I'm the only one left.
For now.
Oh my god. All right.
Number of goblin bodies on the ground.
7 goblins down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna kind of do a Morna.
I'm way the fuck up there.
Pretty high up there.
No, I'm gonna follow her. I'm gonna use my 25 feet of movement to start climbing up.
Okay, so 5 feet to get to the base, which leaves you at 20, right?
Yeah,
So that's 10 up.
not for me.
Oh yes, you're right.
With my
With
second
your
story
second
work.
story.
Nice.
So no, right?
Climbing is no longer. It does not cost extra movement.
Okay, so,
even
that
fine
was.
attuned. It's still difficult terrain. You just have advantage on stuff.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but-
know what the item really does.
Yeah,
So you used your cunning action already.
I used it to hide.
Great, yeah, so that gets you up to there. All right, you hear TC starting the climb behind you. Okay, that takes us to Ace.
Sweet. I'm gonna do a dash action, but still sort of just hugging the cover as I go around.
But coming around this
Yeah.
way. Great. 25. Another 25. You can now sort of see where the terrain slopes up and starts to curl around. And in addition to that, in the distance, you see some additional, sort of moving forward. They have not seen you yet, as far as you can tell. In fact, give me a stealth check as you kind of stay in the shadows. over here.
Ooh, tasty.
9.
9. Okay, so there isn't too much cover here, but you can kind of hope that they might not notice you right away.
I'll yell back to Doxley. We got 3 more coming our way.
Good it.
Good.
Yes.
All right, Illien.
Okay. Taken in the environment, am I able to see the people who are operating the ballista?
Give me a perception check. You definitely know where they are, but...
Oh, 6.
You can't totally see it. Occasionally you'll see like a little goblin arm come up to load the ballista. You would have to be kind of guessing as like an arc shot kind of, and it would be with disadvantage to try and target sort of a thing you can't see.
If I tried to pull a Kate and I climbed a tree, would that help?
Yeah, it would help
I
your
will-
vantage point.
I will try to climb that tree then, right next
Give me an
to
athletics check.
Okay.
Come on.
No, it's a 1.
Climb up 10 feet. One branch breaks.
Oh my god. All
What would
right.
Kate say?
You both fall prone.
How does Kate do this? I don't get it.
Take a D6.
And take a d6.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
4 reduced by 3 to 1.
1, okay. Oh man.
Use that armor to catch that ball. Dingleberry.
With the remaining
Doxley looks back. She sees Illien start to climb. She's like, all right. And then she hears,
I'm fine.
I can't breathe.
Okay, I'm going to, if I run, because that
little grave stomping reference.
I can't breathe.
that costs 10 feet of movement.
So you went 10 feet up, and then you fell back down, and you're prone. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
okay.
15 to get back
15
up.
up, and then I have 5 feet of movement. So I'm gonna just get behind the tree.
This old YouTube. God.
Can I see any of the goblins running up?
You heard Ace yell.
Yeah, but I can't
Yeah, you can't see them, but you definitely heard her say there's more on their way.
Okay, as long as I'm covered for the ballista, then I'll just to end my turn.
Okay. All right, Morna, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna take as much movement as I can to get right on the asses.
Great. So it's another 10 to climb. So that was 20 feet of movement. And we'll disable flying. So now you're no
Then I
longer
have
climbing.
20 more feet to just run at them.
Great. 20 more feet to just
huge.
run at them.
Go, Morna, go.
They look back and charging through the bushes. Is Morna with her 2 weapons. You see the 2, you see the 2 engineers there. Take your pick.
I'm gonna throw barb at
Oh, okay. Before you
one
get within 5 there.
of them.
Right.
Yeah. Just to give them a little spicy.
This one, like the closer one?
Yeah, the closer one.
Sure.
Darn. That is 12.
That will miss.
Okay.
Barb goes off the
Barb
cliff.
does she go off?
Give me a athletics check to see if you can kind of control the arc a little better.
Fuck me.
That is 22.
Okay, it kind of goes. You make it so that like your trajectory is a little more toward the bushes. So Barb went into the bushes over here, kind of.
Okay. Then I'm gonna whack him with Bill.
Okay, you may do so.
Oh no,
10.
That's gonna miss. He hears you coming. He just.
I'm gonna. Can I? That was what I was gonna say. Can I smash the ballista with Bill?
The ballista has HP. Yes.
Then I'm gonna whack.
Nice.
Great.
Ballista.
Circle around the engineer and smash the ballista.
What do we think the AC for a ballista is? Yeah,
Takes
it's
up
10, 11.
more space.
sexy little elephant.
That doesn't really scale very well.
No.
It takes up kind of a 2x2 space. Or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, you can smash. You can hack at it from there. Yeah. What kind of damage is Bill, by the way?
Bill does both piercing and bludgeoning.
Which
so I
side
think
do you
I'm
use?
gonna do bludgeoning
Bludgeoning?
on it. I think
Great.
that's probably more
Nice.
effective.
Okay.
So that's 16.
That will hit. Yep.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh god. That is only plus 3. So that's 4 bludgeoning.
4 bludgeoning damage. Great. You bring the blunt side of Bill down, and little splinters of wood go flying off. And the other engineer on the other side that you kind of didn't swing at, he's like, like incredulous that you would destroy such an artifact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Special toy.
Okay.
All right.
It's my turn.
It's the
yeah.
engineers.
The engineers. All right, they're gonna take out their little sickles here, and they're gonna kind of surround Morna. And I believe they also have pack tactics, so they are going to have advantage on these.
Oh boy.
That is too
Or
bad
having
because
it
I am
happen.
not raging.
Oof. So both these with advantage. 14 to hit.
No.
No, this is
What?
19 to hit on that one.
That's lower.
So that's just one of them because they multi-attack. So that's one of them.
Oh my god.
You take 4 slashing from that one,
Okay.
and then the multi-attack from the other guy. 16 to hit,
Yep, it matches.
and then 13 to hit. So
No.
I don't think that one does great. So another single hit, and you take another 7 slashing damage.
Spicy.
And you can't tell if they're choosing not to speak common, but they're definitely not. They're like shouting in the goblin language that you don't understand. Yeah, so very much this sort of insular goblin community that isn't just communicating with outsiders.
But they couldn't shoot the ballista.
They
'cause
did
were
not
attacking
fire the
me.
ballista. Yes,
So,
they did not. Freaking.
that's a huge W.
That is a big
excellent.
W.
You're welcome, everybody.
Does that take us to the end of the round there?
It does.
Okay,
It does.
I need to add
Why?
into the initiative order
I'm
here.
sure you
As
do.
soon as the engineers kind of slice and dice with their little sickles there, one of them kind of turns and gives a little whistle. And you hear kind of a...
What?
They have a cave troll.
I need to add to the initiative Goblin Bruiser.
Ugh.
Is a large
All right, keep that ballista intact, please.
He's gonna get added in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Maybe you could just
13. Where does that put him?
After Illien.
After Illien, before Morna.
Yes.
Oh, that's not great for me.
Okay, so
After
you
Illien,
hear
before
sort of
Morna?
something moan coming, sort of growl from the interior of this tower, but it is not emerged.
Okay, cool.
All right, we take us back to Doxley.
Okay, can I see my little spot?
You can. There's a little bit of distance between you and the next one's kind of coming around there, but you are there.
Sorry, where are the goblins?
I mean, the scouts are coming, but they're further up the trail
so
there.
fucking far away.
Wicked.
And climbing is half your movement to get up.
It's just difficult terrain, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Basically.
I'm worried about Morna being up there. You're heading up there, TC?
I'm heading up there.
If you want to climb, I'm gonna continue and take the 3 that are coming down.
I'll join you. I'm just forever away, but I'll join you.
Yeah. So you could.
You can
start
give a look
climbing.
over to Ace,
Yeah.
and she sort of gives you the...
All right. Let's choose some paths of least resistance here based on where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, you can't climb in this chasmy area, but you can climb up here. In fact, the branches kind of give you a little leg up there.
Okay, let's
climb.
do that. I'll use my dash.
Okay, so 15 to... So 30 with your dash, right?
Yes.
30 gets you just above the sort of foliage there.
Okay, and then you know what? I think I'm gonna action surge. Can I action surge, like, move?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
any action. Can
Great.
be literally...
Yeah, I'm gonna do another 15 feet
Great,
up.
another 15 feet up.
Yeah, let's.
Illien, from a distance, you've seen her sort of summon her extra bit of strength. You watch her.
I should have done that when I was climbing the tree.
Look at her go. Whoa!
Oh, my face.
Poor
Oh,
Al.
that's it. That's the Goblin Scouts.
Okay, the Goblin Scouts, they are, in fact, going to creep closer as a little group here. Another 30 feet there. Now, how far are you from that lead one? Close enough to take that short bow shot. What about this guy? That one is.
man.
And what about this guy?
Oh,
Through the
He's
rock?
got, yeah, he's kind of through the rocks. Okay, this
heck,
this
man.
third one is gonna have to dash
my leg.
and not use his
Oh,
attacks.
wig.
But the other two
Leave
are
it
gonna
up to the
attack.
dice, baby.
Yeah,
All right.
that's all we can do.
That's all we do.
Jupiter and Uranus. I'm trying
Conjunct. They're conjunct.
to... They're conjunct right now.
We're gonna run some short bow shots here. 13 to hit.
No.
9 to hit.
Flop.
14 to hit.
No.
18 to hit.
Yes.
So as they're running,
Not bad.
it's like that scene, like the opening credits of the animated Robin Hood, where everything's running and shooting their bows.
That's awesome.
Okay, so just one hit. That one fell. That is 5 piercing damage,
That fox is.
and the other one's.
my sexual awakening.
That fox is hot. Oh boy. Ooh,
I'll
we're
both
getting
fight.
down there. We're getting down there.
Okay, Illien, you're up.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I skipped a bunch of stuff. TC's next. I was looking at the wrong goblin thing.
TC is a climbing. So first is 25 for regular movement. Unimpeded.
25.
Now, with a dash,
Yes.
would I... There are 2 paths that you can take, Matthew.
Tell me about the paths.
My understanding of my grip...
Summon a knife?
No.
Would a failure of my dash check stop my movement during a climb or make me fall?
You're close enough to getting up high. Oops. You're close enough to getting up onto the edge.
Okay.
That if you fail and fall prone, you would start to slide, and I would have you make an associated check to keep yourself from falling.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is my cunning
I've
action
never seen
dash.
something that-
Yeah,
I'm
so-
trying to
No,
move
I
another
can't do
25
that.
feet.
Right. So that gets you like over here. And give me the
Come on,
give me the
buddy.
saving throw.
I'm just making sure here that this is a dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
DC is 10. That will be a 12.
Oh my god!
Would have failed if I hadn't drank that potion. It would have been a failure.
There you go.
Jeez, he gets up to the top. At a moment, there's like slips and windmill arms to get himself back onto the edge there. So that was your cunning action dash.
That gives me
there.
butterflies.
And I'm seen here, obviously.
Yes,
but I'm
clearly.
taking a shot
Great.
at one of these guys.
Closer one, farther one. They're both not
Closer one.
Great, closer one.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit.
And
This
it will
does have
sneak
sneak
attack
Hell
with
yeah.
my friend there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that buckshot. Oh, come on. 12 with 4 is 16. Piercing
16,
damage.
excellent.
And that's it.
Okay, that takes us to Ace. You see the 3 bearing down after waving off Doxley. They've taken a couple shots, but you can see them in the distance there.
I want to take a little bit of movement to get more undercover.
Like this way?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Yeah. Sort of hiding behind the rocks here. Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're like pretty well nestled here, like with good
Yeah.
cover.
And then I'm gonna hold my action again to punch when they're within range.
Great.
And then I'm gonna bonus action healing surge.
Okay, you may do that as well. You
Nice.
can spend up to 2, up to
yeah.
half your hit dice. But
And
you can roll
then-
them one at a time, you don't have to.
Do I add the con modifier to each one?
Yep, to each one, yep.
Excellent. What do I have? A D10. Okay. 5 plus 5, that's 10. I'll do it. I'll do a second.
Great.
Oh, no, sorry. Ignore that. That was not that. Oh. It's 5 plus 2. I don't know where I got the other 5 from. Don't listen to me.
She was like, I'm feeling pretty constituted.
Are we doing fighter
right now."
level?
I was thinking fighter level.
second
Okay,
one.
we'll do the second one. Oh, you max roll? That's a 10.
Very
Excellent.
nice.
10 plus 2. Okay.
Ducks behind a rock. She sees, in a situation you've been before, kind of nobody in sight but you alone here by the rock, and you're like, I can do this.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's very cool.
All right.
Illien.
That's going to take us to Illien.
Okay. How far are they from me? Really far.
Far, but the longbow has a long
Oh,
range.
150.
I mean, they are... The closest one is 150 feet, yeah.
Okay.
We're back up, baby.
Run 20 feet toward Ace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 2 longbow shots.
All right, you may do so at that closest one there.
No, it's 11 to hit
We'll miss. They just have too much time to see it coming.
and 7 to hit. Okay, I'm gonna take my 10 more feet of movement and do another long jump if I can.
If you take all your movement, I'm not going to allow the jump. We've had
Okay.
some sort of, some sketchy rules about
That's
jumping
fair.
because the way it's written is kind of if. But
Okay, in that case, I will take 10 feet,
Yeah, you
just
can do-
hauling it that way.
Great.
And then I will second wind, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, great. Go and roll for your second win. Fighter level.
Bruiser.
Ooh, max. Okay,
Very
Nice.
nice.
Excellent work.
Great. Okay, you hear someone sort of comes out the front door or the side door of the. Let's pick out a new little thing.
Yeah, little is good.
Not that guy. Yeah, this guy.
Oh
That's a
my
good one.
God.
And he's also a little larger.
Oh, he is.
He is indeed.
Oh.
There we
Is he a
go.
hobgoblin?
No, he kind of just looks like a big ass goblin.
I love a big ass goblin.
Okay,
Just
he's
a
gonna
big
cast
boy.
Moonbeam. Oh,
Jesus Christ!
That is a big
Don't get
boy.
thrown off.
Get away from me!
He can't get within melee range there. He's gonna dash and put himself kind of here between the two of you.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he was kind of running, and he had his shield like he was almost gonna ram into you, but he can't do it on this turn. But yeah, he is going to
It's gonna be strong.
bonus action to give a rallying cry.
Oh, wow.
And allow one of his nearby allies to make an attack. So this little guy's gonna attack Morna here. Just a single attack. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
You take only 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
As you're kind of a... And that's gonna be the bruiser's turn. Morna.
Okay.
gonna rage. I'm going to.
Would you like to?
press my?
You
Come on! You're surrounded by fucking goblins!
Ace can't see you.
Well. No.
You see TC just looking at you like...
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm not.
Plus your con
My
savings.
con-
It's a con saving.
Con save.
Oh shit. So that's a 12, which doesn't.
It's not gonna make it, but you can choose to expend another rage if you
Oh,
want.
no, I can't.
Okay.
I'm so there you go.
Let's go. You see her like flutter because she's trying to keep it in, and when she opens her eyes, like lights come out. Go ahead and give me a. I think it's a D8 roll.
Yeah. All right. That is a 7. We haven't rolled.
Give us the
that
flub.
All right, a 7.
I want the flub.
No, okay. Flowers and vines begin to temporarily grow around you in a circle around you. Until your rage ends, the ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for enemies only, not for allies. So all this growth starts to pop up, kind of writhing through the air, and the goblins are sort of trying to keep it at bay, but so that whole area around you is difficult terrain.
Does that affect their reactions in any way? Just their move?
Just their movement. It makes it harder for things to like run away from you primarily. Okay.
I'm gonna.
She's a druid.
Can I?
Morna, stop screaming!
Can I grab the ballista and turn it toward? It's already loaded. Can I turn it towards the bruiser and shoot him with it?
You would have to get on the other side of it. So
And I
but you
hop
would
over.
incur 3 attacks of opportunity. But yes.
Why 3?
Well, you need to get to here, and all 3 of those are within.
The bruiser
5.
wasn't in melee though, was he?
He did. He dashed
he
to get.
is.
He didn't
I see,
attack,
I
but he
see.
dashed to get within melee. So it would be 3 attacks, but you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Leave it
Okay.
up to the dice. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Hops over. She's gonna sort of push her way through, almost like sliding across the hood of the car, like across the ballista.
Yeah, and now I'm right next to Barb, so that's nice.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Okay, this is 3 attacks. We'll do the little ones first. 9 to hit
Nope.
and 13 to hit.
Nope.
The little ones both miss. Okay, the bruiser attack here. Sort of swings this big. He's got this great club with an iron band on the end of it just to give it some extra weight. Boom. 15 to hit.
No.
Morna ducks under it.
How did you just get
Pops
away
the
with
other
that?
side. You grab the end of the ballista and you swing it. You can hear the wheels on the stone like. He's like.
Can I reckless attack with the ballista?
No,
At the
it
bruiser?
makes its own attack, so
Okay.
you can't reckless attack, but you can fire them.
I'm gonna fire it.
You may. So, give me a d20. It's a +6 to hit.
Come on!
Who are you firing at?
The
The
bruiser.
bruiser.
Hell
big
yeah,
boy.
let's go.
That TC.
That's a 19 plus 6.
Double hit.
Nice.
Roll 3d10 for me.
Yes.
Deirdre, I fucking love you right now.
Awesome.
Okay. That is 7 plus 4, 11 plus 2 is
13 damage. Excellent. The point blank range of the ballista there, it comes out with such force that he's going to make a dexterity saving throw here.
Off the ledge.
And it's going to be against, we'll give it against your ability save DC just because,
Okay.
because it's sort of the way you were aiming it, kind of. 13?
Mine is 12.
12, so yeah, it's gonna save. So it hits him and he starts to like slide almost like he's about to lose his footing and then
There's no plus to my. It's just the d10s. There's no plus
yes,
to
just
that.
3d10. Yep,
Okay,
just a
got
flat
it,
3d10.
Damn.
That was still
That was a
so
bonkers
cool.
turn.
That's sick.
Okay, any other
can
movement?
I
or-
grab Barb?
Give me perception or investigation, whichever you prefer, because it's in the bushes there. You have to kind of.
That is 14.
Great, you reach in, you feel the end of the shaft of barb, pull it back out, and you have both your
And I
weapons
have them. I'm like,
Do you have any movement?
there. Okay.
Want to stay on the cliff?
I could. Oh wait, actually,
I mean, that was only.
no. I'm gonna stay where I am because then I can always fire at this fucker again.
You'd have
It
to
does take
load
an action to load it.
No, then I'm going to. I will
That's
use
why
the
there
rest
was a
of my
team of
movement. I'm
two.
gonna hop back
Okay.
and get right next to this little boy.
This one here.
Yeah.
Great. Excellent.
All right, engineers.
All right, the engineers.
Good
They sort of
turn.
watch the thing get fired. They almost look at you in a little bit of sort of awe, just that you sort of use the ballista, and then they kind of go into panic mode. This one's going to attack because it's close, but this one's going to run. But he has difficult terrain here.
Yes, he does.
So 15 instead of 30, because it's how big? Yeah, within 15 feet of you. So he only gets that far, and he doesn't have a ranged attack, so he can't. So that's his movement, and then he's gonna dash. He's gonna try and go inside, see if he can fetch something.
What?
So he disappears inside there.
Better not be a bird.
And then this one's just going to attack.
Does
you.
the fire have a turn? Is it spreading?
It's been spreading. It's not like the whole structure is a mixture of kind of wood and stone. So we can add some more.
Yes.
But
It's gone a couple rounds.
Yeah, it definitely has. Yeah, it's definitely spreading there.
so the
That's awesome.
Pillar of smoke kind of billowing up during this time. Okay, and oh yeah, the attack from you, engineer. 10 to hit.
No.
14 to hit.
No.
Both of miss. Okay,
Nice.
that takes us to
Doxley.
the Doxley.
The dog.
Doxley.
Yeah, the one and
I
only.
like that. All right, I'm climbing up.
Okay, 15. 15 gets you up to this little ledge here, which allows you to not be
Am I
climbing
stable?
anymore. Yep,
Okay.
you're standing there very precariously, but you are standing.
Beautiful, and I see that big fluffy boy there.
You do.
What kind of metal, like armor, is he wearing?
Some chainmail.
And he's got a shield.
Yep.
Okay. That dude isn't. Oh. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna attack the guy right next to Morna.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
Oh my god.
It's an 11.
11. That
I'm.
Do it.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm gonna use precision attack.
Great.
God damn it.
Counting your javelins here, by the way.
Yep, sure am. Plus 6, so 12 plus
That will
17
hit.
to
Yep.
hit.
That will hit.
Oh, nice
Oh.
roll,
Nice,
baby.
nice.
Okay, that's 10 piercing damage.
Excellent.
I think I already got that guy.
No, you hit
No,
the
I
one
got
that
the other guy
ran.
who ran.
Yep.
The one that ran.
Smort.
And they're after Morna. I'm gonna. No, that's it. Fuck! I have another javelin, don't I? Yeah.
You have your special boy.
Yeah, you have another attack,
have-
right? Yeah. You
Yes,
just-
I have my special friend.
Well, the javelin's right in front of me, inside of that.
Mostly, like, unless it's a larger creature that it embeds into, like, it stuck into him and then he sort of, like, pulled it out and let it fall on the ground. So it's, like, on the ground by his feet there.
All right, I'm gonna
Close.
use my
Alright.
second attack, and I'm gonna use Javelin of Patience.
Do it.
On who?
The same guy.
Don't you add a bunch of shit?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a 2.
Oh my god.
And it's fuck. I haven't used this in forever. When
So
I
first your
throw
attack
it,
modifier. So what's your attack?
My attack modifier is a +5, so 7.
7.
And it gains a +1 bonus to hit for each javelin I've thrown in the last minute. So I've thrown 5 javelins. So I add another 5.
Okay.
So that's
12.
12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that hit?
No.
I'm gonna use precision attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm holding stuff so you can roll on the
Okay, that's plus another 5.
That will hit.
Nice.
We got there, gang!
Yo, the fact that you hit with rolling a 2 though is insane.
Yep.
That's really crazy.
I'm gonna.
You can choose.
I'm
Reroll.
going. It's a 2. I'm gonna be greedy and roll again.
Greedy.
It's a 3.
Oh my
Every
point counts.
goodness.
7 total piercing.
Yes.
Oh!
Now guys go down there.
Nice.
Yes.
But
Oh
it's
my
wow.
god! I
Fighting
literally
tooth
used
and nail
every
for that.
fucking thing.
With this special javelin, if you go and pick it up and throw it again, do you add all the previous throws from the minute?
I've never done that before.
Yeah, no, it resets. So you need to throw more. You can use it multiple, but it doesn't continue.
back
So
to
now
zero.
she would probably throw one more that's up there and then that. So
Yeah.
plus
Mhm.
one. That's pretty
Okay.
cool. That's still
Yeah.
pretty fucking
I am
sick.
out of javelins.
I mean, hitting with a 2 is pretty good.
It's pretty dope. That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
That's my turn.
Okay, that's gonna take us to the scouts.
Scouties.
And listening from the bushes, you can hear the quiet little.
Come on, get in range of my fists.
Yeah.
Do it.
30 feet forward.
Not quite.
There we go. And then this one's going to. How do I let go of the. There we go. This one's gonna run up.
Hey.
Go ahead and give me your attack there.
Okay.
And he's going to, as he turns the corner, he has a little short spear. He's also got a net in his other hand. So he's kind of charging towards you, getting ready to kind of fling a net at you.
Oh, that's a 19 plus
That will
7.
hit. Go ahead and do damage.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, fucking obliterate this guy.
8. That's gonna be 7 bludgeoning.
Great. A good and then he is going to throw a little net at you there. I think this is just an attack roll. I don't think it's
A save.
saving throw. Let's double check here. Right thing. There we go. Yes, special attack. Yeah, it's just an attack roll. 14.
No, son.
You see the net kind of spread out. It's got little weighted ends on it. It goes into a big spiral and ducks underneath them and sort of pushes the net so it bats up against the rock.
Did you
there.
just try to net me? I'm saying goblin.
And he's gonna use an attack with the other one. That is a 13 to hit.
Nope.
So it's gonna miss. After that second attack there, he sort of looks over his shoulder. Please be goblin. And then the other ones are gonna charge forward here. They're gonna.
She's kind of cute.
This one's gonna dash so we can get 25.
Okay,
and then
baby, let's
30.
go. Let's
Yeah.
This one is going to come a little. Oh no, wait, he did move already. So he's going to take a shot. You have an extra 5 to your AC because of the 3/4 cover.
Okay.
But he's going to take 2 short bow shots. You right? Yeah.
That'd be good.
17 to hit.
No.
And the other one's lower. 14 to hit.
Nice.
So the arrows kind of click.
It was
off
just
the
for
rock.
that attack.
Yeah.
Yes, just as long for both attacks. That was 2 attacks.
Okay.
And both of them, yeah, because he's shooting like through the rock there. Okay, that is
That's
the
all
scouts. TC, you're up.
Can I very quietly move a little bit up, just so I'm not on the edge anymore?
Are
so
you
like I wanna-
purposely trying not to draw the attention of the
Yes,
bruiser? Give me a
exactly.
stealth check with disadvantage. You are very close to him. Any movement at all, and he might hear you.
Am I an unseen attacker right now?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
You got it.
This isn't my cunning action hide. This is like just my movement for like
Yeah, this is just
trying
moving.
to.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Stealth with disadvantage.
Two
8s.
eights.
18.
18, okay. You sort of, as soon as Morna and Doxley are like throwing, you can see the goblin sort of reacting, sort of, and the bruiser, and as he's shouting,
And I'm just using like I don't know how far does like 10 or 15.
like up into the bushes here, kind of.
Yeah, maybe 20 then.
Okay, you sort of
5.
get up to here. If you get up to here and sort of peer down, you can see him. You can feel the heat on your back as that fire. But you
As
can
long
see
as I don't think it's gonna like
Cinematic.
fall on me like pieces.
right now, it does not seem
Okay.
that.
So now I'm gonna use. Now I'm gonna use cunning action to hide if this is a
Okay,
different
you may,
stealth,
yes.
not disadvantaged.
Not disadvantaged.
Okay. 21.
That'll do. Yep.
Ooh, okay. So now as an unseen
thoroughly
attacker,
distracted.
I'm gonna try to find the fucking little opening in the neck of the armor there. I'm gonna take my sharpshooter -5 with my
So it's with advantage.
With
but only
advantage.
With what now is?
so I add 2 because instead of 7 I'm,
It's 2, yeah.
adding 2 to my advantage shot. 18 to hit.
That will miss.
No. Wow.
That hurts. That hurts, Matthew. You hurt me. That is bullshit. It's 19. It's fucking 18.
He hears the
19.
click of the crossbow and it just sort of turns, and with his shield.
Oh. Damn that.
We gotta push him off the ledge.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
So
the
that's
only
my movement, cunning action, and action. Oh fuck! I've got 5. I think I've got 5 feet of movement if I use 20. I'm not. Am I on an edge? Like, if I take 5 more feet away from him, I'll be on the stairs.
Yeah, on the stairs.
I'll just kind of get to the stairs.
Yeah, sure.
All right. That's it for me.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, Ace.
that
Time
is
to dole out some
brutal.
punishment here.
All right. Come on, dicey dice. So we'll take the.
Yeah. So one of them is hurt. So this
Well,
one is.
we'll
it
take
has,
that
it has
one.
I think that was an Illien arrow that grazed him there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. That's.
No use of any of the bonus action before you roll, like you're great any of those abilities. Great.
No, we're saving those. That's gonna be a 16.
That will not hit the scouts. Yep.
That's okay. We'll do a second attack on that guy. That's gonna be an 18.
That will hit. Yep.
That will hit. And
That first fist kind of going in, and you feel the chainmail armor absorbing most of the blow, and then you come over the top.
that'll be 9 damage.
9, excellent.
And then I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
For the other one.
Yeah.
So. Oh, yeah. That's a nat 20, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. That was the same one you were just attacking?
I was gonna go for the other one.
Okay, even though this one's not down, just to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the second
Spread
one.
the damage a
Yeah,
little
spread
bit.
the
Yeah, that's
damage.
okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is it double dice or double the number on
You
one
can
dice?
pick. It averages out the same.
Okay.
We usually just do double the amount you roll for speed's sake, but if you like rolling extra dice, go for it.
And then do I
Numbers
add,
average out
I
the
have
same.
+4 that I add to the damage.
Yes, that you
Do I
don't
add
double.
8? I don't
No,
double that?
No, just the dice. Yeah.
Okay. 2 3s. Okay, here's my conspiracy. So that'll be
That might
10,
still be enough. 10.
10 damage.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't on the hurt one.
No.
Okay, 10 total there. Okay.
10 there. And then
Alright, and you still have one more attack.
Still have one more
Yep.
Not bad.
I'll take it.
Oh, which one was this on before you tell me the roll?
Oh, the second one.
The one you just hit.
Yeah.
Great.
So I did
Well,
like 2 attacks, 2 punches that
Yep.
I had 2 punches on.
You got it.
19.
That'll hit.
Hit.
Nice.
And then that's fine. 5.
5, great. Even boxed into a corner here, coming out swinging.
All right.
All right.
That's that.
Okay, that takes us to Illien. Watching Ace get kind of cornered there.
Jesus, I'm so far.
Join the fight.
I mean, you definitely
Join the
are
fight.
within longbow distance.
I'm trying. If I just
Morna looks over the side, and Illien's like, he's barely moved. He's like 10 feet from the tree.
if I like ran straight there, they're like what, 90 feet away?
So 30 would get you right up to here, and then they are another 50 feet away from you there.
Okay, I'm gonna, as I'm running, rub my longbow and be like, come on, longbow, we need to hold my word to Ace here. All right, I'm gonna shoot the one that I just saw her last pummeling.
Okay, great. That would
Come
be this
on,
one.
come on. Oh no, 15.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
And nat 20.
That will hit.
Okay. Okay.
Come on, longbow.
Come on, longbow. Boom. Let's go. Oh!
Oh my god. Talon.
5 piercing total.
5 is
Oh
not
my!
Oh my goodness.
I rolled a 2.
Join the fight.
I'm trying.
Join the fight.
I could. The ballista
Wow,
was
just
holding.
barely.
Oh, it's the ballista.
Is the ballista?
Oh, the ballista's fault.
Yeah, it was. I'm done.
Okay. No bonus action or anything? Okay.
Yeah, no bonus action.
Bruiser.
All right, the bruiser.
No.
He sees Morna there,
No.
and he's gonna sort of kicking up dirt a little bit. He's gonna take a running charge, and he's gonna try and give you a big shove here.
Sure.
Now he has advantage because he got a running start, but I think you also,
also have
advantage.
advantage.
Yes, because you have because you're raging. So
right, let's
it's a
go.
double advantage athletics
Beef
check.
versus
Athletics
beef.
versus athletics. Yep.
Okay.
Immovable object meets unstoppable force.
That's 16.
Sturdy 20.
If Morna starts going over, can Doxley
So he's gonna boosh, barrel into you. You first. This is an attack roll as well, so these are separate. But attack roll, 13 to hit.
No.
That misses, but the shove is gonna send you off toward the edge. About 15. Oh,
Okay,
let's give you
okay.
flying there just for a second.
Okay.
So start to fall backwards. Doxley, give me a athletics check as you attempt to grab her.
Roll big.
17.
Okay, I'm gonna grant you advantage on this dexterity saving throw to attempt.
I already have advantage on it.
No, strength-based checks, right?
I have advantage on. against. Yeah, you're right.
Yes, because this is not a dangerous.
You're right, you're right.
Yep. So, but now you have advantage thanks to
Come
Doxley sort of
on.
grabbing you.
Doxley, okay.
That's cocked right here, but that's pretty good. So Does 16 do it? If not, I'm
Give me
gonna
the.
roll
I mean,
again.
you
Yeah,
have advantage.
does 16 do it?
16's gonna do it. So you're gonna cling onto the edge here. You start to fall, and you see the ground sort of coming up, and then you feel a hand, and then she pulls you back to the edge there, and you grasp onto the vines and things. So the two of you are kind of clutching the edge here,
For canon's sake, I grabbed your ass.
Thanks.
right by the belt loop.
A familiar feeling.
And I think to myself, but I don't say it. It was done.
And after that, he can't see you anymore, so he's gonna.
Come on!
It's been so nice knowing you.
Does movement, is it slowed at all because of the vines?
Oh, difficult
Because I
terrain.
still have some vines.
Yes. I'm gonna say he can't quite reach TC. He starts to charge towards the staircase, and all this growth is sort of.
Thank you, Magic Mommy!
So he gets kind of to the base of the stairs here, and look, he just got free of the vines, but he's not able to reach you here without them. So yeah, you're staring him down here at the top of the staircase.
Oh my god.
You see him coming in, and that is the end of the Bruiser's turn.
Morna.
That takes us to Morna.
Cool. I have both my weapons. I'm
You do?
gonna hop up.
Great.
And-
It's 10 feet to get sort of up here.
Great. I'm gonna take the rest of my movement and basically just. Is there a way that I can get around so I can shove him?
You definitely could. You can move this way. So a shove, he has like a special shove. You can only shove 5 feet at a time for a creature that big.
I shan't.
The better way to try and get something over the edge is to attempt to grapple and then to pull him toward the edge.
Oh.
He would have advantage on because he's a size larger than you, but you have advantage as well. So again, it would be a double advantage.
I'm gonna do that. Do I still have attacks, or does
It takes
how
the
does
place
it-
of one attack. So you could attack and then grapple, or grapple and attack, but only one.
And then
attack.
what? How does it work with my? Because I have 3 total attacks with my offhand attack.
Yep, it replaces one of the regular attacks. So you would still be able
So
to
I
attack
can still
and
attack offhand and then grapple him
Yep, you
and
can do
try
all
to
of those
pull the
things.
rest of my movement.
You can do that.
That is
Yep.
what I am going to try to do. I will reckless attack him.
You may
Nice.
do so.
Freaking do it.
That is a dirty 20.
That will hit.
Okay. I'm like so nervous. Okay. That's 7 plus, so that's a 12 piercing damage.
12 piercing damage. Great. Excellent.
And
Stick
then-
it between kind of the little rings of his armor.
And then I'm gonna take Barb, my offhand attack, and reckless attack as well.
Yep.
That is dirty 20 again.
That will hit. Yes.
Okay. That is 8 plus another 2. That's another 10.
Another
damage.
10. Excellent.
And then I'm gonna grapple him
Okay.
and use. I don't know how much movement I have left. I think.
Yeah, you won't be able to pull him all the way to the edge, but you can pull him a little bit because it's
Yeah.
also difficult terrain when you're pulling someone because you move at half
Oh,
speed.
sure.
But give me. He's gonna contest this, so give me an advantage athletics check.
Got it. You got it.
15.
No.
Not
11.
quite. Great, yes. So as he can feel you trying to you try to get your arm in one kind of underneath his shoulder pad and the other one down by his belt, and he just shoves you off and pushes you back a little bit.
Okay. Gotcha. That's my turn. I think I've done all of the things.
Okay.
Engineers.
Engineer, one's dead and one has disappeared inside. You don't know what he's up to. That takes us back to the top of Doxley.
All right. I'm seeing Morna wrestle with this thing. Would I know if like a 2 versus 1 would help her at all, or should I put my attention towards other things?
Help action.
Well, a help action would give her advantage, but she already has advantage from raging, so it would not mechanically help her.
Okay.
Other than to maybe run up and shove him toward the edge, that would move him a little bit, but not.
I don't think I'm gonna be any good at that. Is the problem?
Could load the ballista.
It takes so fucking long.
Yeah, you don't have an action surge anymore, huh?
No, I used it. I guess I didn't see the guy go in the fucking thing either. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna just go up to the bruiser. She's gonna walk up toward the bruiser, find one of the javelins, not the one of patience, that's sticking out of one of the goblins, and yank it out.
You can grab 2 of them at the same time.
Okay, well then I'll take both.
Yeah.
Just for flavor.
Yeah.
Grabs one of the normie ones and goes up to the bruiser, but on the safe side.
Melee.
Yes,
Melee
I'm
range,
gonna
great.
go. No, let's throw it. Why would I do that?
Okay.
Let's just fucking throw it.
Right.
All right, let's go. Please.
Damn.
10.
It's gonna miss.
Okay.
Lands by the staircase. You still have one more.
I still have patience.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm running low.
Oh, repartee.
Which is his.
Oh! 23 plus 1. 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh
Nice.
my
Oh, yeah.
freaking god, let's go. 4 plus 4, 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing
Nice.
damage, okay, 43. You can tell he's sort of bleeding out of a number of places. He's still sort of swinging with good strength, but you can see he's starting to lose blood. The color in his face is getting a little paler.
Okay, and then I think also to just protect some people from ledges and stuff, can I get between him and TC? Do I have enough movement to do that? Or
Took you. Took you 10 to get up here.
5, 20.
Yeah, you won't quite get to. You won't get around to between. him and
Okay,
TC.
where you have me just now
Like
is
here?
good. Yeah.
About 15 feet. Great. You hop over that little sort of stone wall there.
Yeah, okay. Pick up a javelin if I fucking can.
Yeah, you can pull the one that's stuck in him back out.
Nice.
I love that. Okay, great. That's my turn.
Okay,
Cool.
that's gonna take us to the scouts. All right.
Let's go. Let's go.
So with one of them,
Illien will join the
What?
fight
I'm
soon.
doing okay. I'm trying, Anthony.
Oh no.
So because they have pack tactics here, so this is gonna be a bunch of advantage attacks here.
I rolled some hit dice.
Yeah.
19 to hit.
Yes.
14 to hit.
No.
Okay, and then 2 more for the other one. 15 to hit.
No.
Nice.
21 to hit.
Yes.
So 2 hits there. 5 slashing, 7 slashing. And then this other one is gonna step forward and seeing Illien he doesn't want to shoot through his allies there, so he's gonna step forward and take 2 short bow shots. I'm pretty sure you're within range here. Yep, you are.
Bring it, you little fucker.
Wow, the first attack was a natural 1, and the second attack's a natural 20.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah, no.
Doesn't want to use this thing.
No.
4 doubled to 8, 9, 10 piercing damage.
Not so bad.
7.
And then, reduced down to 7 for Heavy Armor Master. And then, he's gonna stay there.
Okay.
Okay. TC.
All right. Is there a world where I can use the distractions of my magic and muscle mommies to hide somewhere nearby? Like if I run
In
up
the
to
fire.
is like up the stairs around the corner, or is there an entrance that's kind of on my side?
It is on fire. I'm gonna say there's nowhere to hide that doesn't involve running up the staircase a little bit, in which case there's fire there. You might incur some fire damage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he has too good a vantage point. Like, he can see all these bushes and shrubs and things, so... And he was also facing you when this was happening.
Would it be like a? It's not like a trap. I wouldn't.
It wouldn't be a trap,
But I'd have to kind of be nimble.
it would be a dexterity saving throw, and you would still take damage, just less if you pass, as you dance between the flames there.
I want advantage on this attack. Here I go. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to run up the stairs a little bit just to where I can take
Give me a
little
dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save is gonna be over 20. 26.
Okay, you're gonna take half here of 9 down to 4 fire damage. On a board, flaming board falls down, and you duck out of the way, but it clunks. Okay, now you may attempt
Cunning
to hide.
action hide.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Now
Through the fire and flame. This shot. Yeah.
Now I will take a non-sharpshooter advantaged unseen attack because I've got people next to him, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
It
You have
doesn't
advantage.
Got this.
18 plus 7 is 25.
Nice.
Oh god. And then I will use my
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Big money.
10, 13 plus 4 is 17 piercing damage.
That's pretty good.
17, you said?
17.
Takes us up to 60, okay.
Any... I'm not sure how much movement I used. Did I use the full 25 probably?
You were Oh no, you were on the staircase? No, I would say like 15 feet of movement.
Okay, whatever I can kind of get out of the fire, whether that means farther up.
Sure, yeah, another.
That'd
So, yeah, you're.
A little less fire.
Yeah, it's continuing to spread a little bit, but I will say that's kind of out of the.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay.
Ace.
Ace back down to the ground.
All right. Which one
ground.
of these is looking worse?
This one.
That one?
That one looks like if Illien's shot had just struck the slightest more true, it would have brought him down.
All right, let's do first attack
Go
on
ahead.
this guy.
Bring him down.
No, my God.
That's a 1, but
Miss.
it's okay.
Yep.
I will change my plan and use my second attack. Okay, great. That's gonna be a 18.
That will hit.
Nice.
Don't think you can.
7.
That will do it. Yeah.
Yay!
Goes
Nice
down
ace.
And then I was gonna use my extra attack to grapple this guy, but I
there. Yeah, you can use both
Use
attacks
two?
now.
yeah. You know what? I wanna square up with this one, and say, where are you keeping your prisoner?
I'll show you.
Oh my god.
Give us a kiss.
Okay. I'm assuming you were speaking Goblin, because.
Yeah. I could move, but I don't know. We
you
have
want-
a nemesis bond now.
There's a repartee.
Yeah.
Okay, that takes us to Illien.
30 feet towards Ace.
I'm coming.
Towards the fight, you mean?
I hate
In a fightwardly direction?
Taking a lot of shots.
Fightswardly direction?
All right.
As I'm running, Ace, do we want to keep that one alive while I kill this other one?
I wouldn't mind it, but I also don't care too much.
Got it. Well, I'm probably gonna miss both these shots.
Illien says that as you wind up. Well, I'm probably gonna miss anyway.
Who are you firing at?
I will fire at the one that is currently hurt.
Okay, the one next to her.
Yeah.
God, too funny.
Ah, 21.
That will hit.
Okay, I did it. Okay.
Oh my god!
That's 2 damage.
2 damage. Barely grazing the skin.
Jesus, man.
The one's kind of grappling and sort of jockeying with Ace, and so.
And then 9.
That will miss.
Okay. I'm gonna healing surge, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
TC's gonna walk up to you and break the longbow in half over his knee.
All right, the bruiser, spitting blood and bleeding from all parts of the chainmail, little holes pierced into him from different kinds of weapons, bolts, javelins. He's gonna forego going up the burning staircase, and he's gonna turn around here, and he's gonna give Doxley a nice kind of bash with the shield and a swing of the club.
Yeah, let's go.
17 to hit.
No.
Okay.
Hey.
Natural 20.
Oh, dearest I.
Gonna be interesting.
Oh, yikes.
What's your
D12. There we go.
Let's find out together.
11, 18 bludgeoning damage. 18.
Okay.
That's not bad. Okay.
18. No, not even close.
Yeah, 18 bludgeoning damage with that. And he missed with the first attack. And there's no one within range for him to do any of his special shit, I don't think.
It wasn't nothing.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
All right, Morna.
All right, Morna.
I'm gonna whack him.
Give him a whack.
I'm gonna whack him like a bun.
You can see a little bit of, like, goblins are not lacking intelligence, even this sort of bruiser, and he for a moment looked like he considered kind of running or trying to escape, but he looks around and sees all the kind of growth around and unable to kind of move himself free, he just decides to stand put and try and fight it out.
Okay, I'm gonna reckless attack this guy.
Oh gosh. That's an 11.
Miss.
Oh my god. That's a 12.
That will miss.
Oh my god.
With his dying breath, keeping his shield up.
You got it.
Okay, that is definitely gonna do it. That's with my second attack. That's 6 plus 20, 17. I'm really like losing.
6 plus what?
Keep saying
17.
numbers. Yes.
17 will miss.
No, 17 plus 6.
Oh, then yes, that will hit.
Great. Wow. I really panicked there. Oh my god, dear God. Cool. That is 9 plus 2 is 11.
11 damage.
Ooh.
All right, it's not the last one, but we are going to give you the special another kill on the board. As she brings, is that barb you're bringing forward at the end there, driving it up underneath kind of the gut of the armor there, and it looks like it's bringing up its shield for one last kind of smash and.
That's awesome. I'm gonna run into the building to try to find that engineer so I can murder him.
You may do so.
Nice.
This creature goes down. Did you change the?
I'm about to. I got you.
Great, thank you.
So I have
he's
40
inside. Yeah, give me a perception check as you get there, and then we're gonna keep going, and we'll come back to that. But give me a
I'm gonna go up to see if I can find anything or anybody.
Only a 9.
Only a 9. Okay, as when you sort of push the door open, you give a quick look around. You don't see him right away. You may have to kind of. He seems like he may have hidden or escaped or something, but you're not quite sure yet.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Engineers is hiding. Doxley, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna run. Oh fuck. TC's going up. Shit. Sorry. I'm gonna follow Morna, I suppose.
Okay.
Pick up javelins.
Great, you can grab the javelins. So you guys are both heading inside. We'll probably get to that
Oh.
later.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, as you guys sort of rummage through the interior. So we're gonna go over to the scouts.
Oh god, there's still
There's going to be just a couple of guys left.
Got plans.
This guy who's totally confident that he's gonna take Ace prisoner here. 10 to hit.
No.
14 to hit.
No. Nice.
Okay, this one is gonna turn, take a couple short bow shots. 9 to hit.
No.
And 19 to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
no cover there.
5 piercing damage. Nah, you can kind of rotate and he has movement. That's true. Okay. And then after that,
Just wait, my next turn's gonna be so bad.
starts to kind of run off into the distance.
Join the fight!
I'll be there.
And
I'll
that's
be
gonna
there.
take us to TC.
I'm running
you're,
inside as
Yeah, you're
well.
gonna run up and go
around,
in. Great.
yeah.
As you run up, I mean, this top area is pretty well engulfed in flame. You can kind of push the door open and take a quick look at the interior. Give me a perception check.
28.
28. Even with the smoke, you kind of clear it a little bit. It looks like there are some supplies in here that were sort of in crates and boxes and things. You could rummage through, but you do risk taking some fire damage. There's like the walls are crumbling down, fire is burning.
And go in and try to see.
Great. Remember that because we're going to
Yeah.
come back to that. But that's going to take us over to Ace.
All right. First attack, I want to grapple him.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
What am I, a
the limit.
preteen boy? Okay. All right.
Nice.
15 plus 7.
Oh, yeah.
Or
This
not
is
sorry, not
athletics.
plus athletics.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 25.
20. By a lot. Okay. You.
I want to say, where are you keeping her, and who and what is guarding her?
I'll show you.
All right. And then while I got his head, I'll just take my second attack and
Okay.
sock him.
Is this a non-lethal strike?
No, it's lethal. He's
Okay.
not gonna fucking talk then. Well, that was not in the thing. Okay. 16 plus 7.
That will hit. Roll for damage. This is very low.
9.
I said I'd show you. Collapses to the ground there.
Yes.
And one remaining guy trying to scare
Alright.
off.
All right.
Illien!
You know what? I've been thinking about it. I might join the fight now.
Yeah, join the fight. Let's join the fight.
Join the fight.
I'm gonna run at him.
Puts the bow away. He's like, God, thank God to get rid of this bow.
Exactly.
Charging towards.
But I'm gonna grapple him. I'm just
Okay.
gonna go for the grapple.
Okay.
You join the fight. Here we go. Please, please, please.
13.
Oh my
Are you
god!
actually? I can't do this anymore. It's an at one.
He slips quickly.
We've had like
through your
7
hands
nat
there.
ones this
I've been
episode.
holding everything. But I'm gonna action surge on this one.
Yeah.
You still have the second attack of that.
Or
first.
I can do a grapple.
Yes, because it takes the place of an attack. So you could attempt grapple twice.
Oh yeah. I will do that.
You can.
Maybe grapple him with the edge of your fucking
Yeah,
sword.
Another 13. Another 13.
Nat 20.
There, oh my god!
Pull him close to your chest.
We're just gonna say in his ear, "Don't fucking fight back, and you're gonna tell us what you know." And
keep him there, and then that'll be my turn.
Okay, that's the last guy. That is where we're going to end this combat. And also this episode.
No.
In medio res.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
We
A
need another short
relentless
rest.
assault on the tower here. You watch as the tower, again, sort of being engulfed in flames. One last opportunity here for you guys to sort of look in the interior and TC to maybe try and grab what he can from some of the boxes here. We will get to that the next time. Illien, you have the goblin in your clutches for now, and Ace also charging over. She sees you sort of within your, she's sort of meeting you, and the two of you can keep it restrained, sort of in your possession. And we will see what may come of that next week. Very nicely done, everyone.
You got like 4 damage in there in that fight, didn't you?
Oh my god, Anthony. It was at least 5.
We've taken
One
out
shot per damage.
11
death.
goblins.
11 goblins.
11 goblins.
11, very nice.
Wow.
I appreciate the head count.
It's
very
very
satisfying.
satisfying, yes.
Oh, you
So,
need a little
as you go in to sort of rummage through and stuff, and the place is going in flame, this smoke trail is going to be visible from a good distance. So you're definitely aware
that's
of
what
that.
we wanted.
But yeah,
We want to. And that didn't take very long. I mean, that was a minute-ish. Like,
this whole process
Yeah.
here, yeah. I
Very
mean,
quick.
it's all pretty fast.
as in, even if somebody has already seen it, they wouldn't have been.
You might be out of here before they get back. Yeah, definitely.
Before they get there.
That's definitely possible.
Join us in the Discord after the show.
Yeah.
Coming out.
Join us there. Well, hex crawled. We made it through
Oh my God, so
quite a bit.
That hex crawl was sick.
Yeah, bring it up one more time just so we can take one last look at sort of where you guys are at.
Talk about real estate. This is some good real estate out here.
That was good real estate. So where they came in on the boars, we're assuming the camp's probably somewhere around D4-ish, right? Because they came around C3. C4 there.
Yeah, one of these 3 would be a very reasonable guess, based on the sort of trajectory of the boar riders. But that's where we've ended up here in the next one. We can bring it up. Yeah, you can say the whole thing. Yeah, nice job. You guys explored quite a bit of the hills here. And the assault continues next week on Tabletop Notch, everyone.
Wow.
Very nicely done.
Gnarly.
Wow.
Got to use the ballista, very satisfying.
Ballistas feel good.
You had
Especially when it's
lightning
loaded for
ballista.
you.
Yeah, Magic
you popped
Mommy is
off.
in full swing.
Vines everywhere. Oh, so cool.
Oh god damn it.
The magic.
Doxley, as you were coming up to the bruiser, you braced yourself for having to wade through the vines, but as you're stepping through, the vines retract as if to make room for you as you're kind of stepping through them.
Oh my God.
Stupid idiot!
Morna. No, it's about me.
You idiot!
Cole Shaver and Lord Lesbury subscribe. Thank you very, very much. You're very
Thank you. You guys are the
here.
best.
Oh my God.
We hope you had a great time. We will be back next week. More goblins to hunt. 11 goblins down. And
And how many more?
71 left?
71 left.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh my God, they hurt so bad.
Be so fucking for real.
Yeah, come on, Matthew. All right.
Parting words, anyone? Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful week.
Goodbye. Thanks
Good
for hanging.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.